You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. What's going on, everybody? I need a mic check to make sure everything's good. Yes, I am outside of America at this appointed time. It seems like everything's going well. Yeah, so pretty much I'm just chilling. And I came across this video. I know I said I was going to come on for a minute while I'm outside the country. I have to talk about this because apparently Weapon X came on this particular channel called Kite ZZ, if I'm saying it correctly. I let them know that I was going to do a response video to this because this young man appeared on a particular show, and I knew of it from Acres 200. Shout out to Acres 200. Y'all go also subscribe to this channel. Show them some love. Show them support. You know, I've been knowing of this channel, I would say the last 2 years. They do response videos to the skits, a lot of relationships, him and his wife. And so they invited this young man who is very successful on a show. And they wanted to get wind of what was going on because, you know, a lot of people's talking about it on the internet. You have the larger YouTubers, the middle YouTubers, and the upcoming YouTubers is talking about this man went on the show and told it like it is. And knowing me, being observant, I wanted to hear what both parties have to say. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's get to the show. Let's do this together. Like I said, go subscribe to the channel. Let them know that I sent you over there. Y'all go watch, support, whatever the case may be. I want to see them be very successful at what they do. They've been doing it for a minute, and their time is coming real soon. Best to believe it. Keep doing your thing, y'all. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to the show. You're going to have a lot of people going to try to invite this young man. Just give the props to the first people that did it. Let's be respectful. I notice a lot on YouTube, people don't respect, for the most part, who got the first interview. They got the first interview. They reached out to him on Instagram. And so let's hear what they have to say. You see it right there. They're getting a lot of views. Get the likes up over there and support their show. Good to see a dialogue between people who are married and a young man who has figured out his life and not tolerating BS. Okay? Let's get to it. Let's go.
And the only reason why I'm putting this out there because she got on live and tried to say, you know, I wasn't handsome. She wasn't interested in me. And, you know, she tried to redirect the story. And that's not what happened.
You see, guys, when you read the room, you don't go by, like I always used to say, you don't go by what a lady say. You go by her actions. She could tell you a lot of things. She could show you a lot of things. Her actions have to dictate and match what her words say. Just like when a lady say, you say something to them, your words have to match what you say to her. Guys have stepped away from that for the most part. Not this particular young man.
Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Kites here with my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
And we got a special little video for you guys. We got an exclusive interview with Weapon X himself, aka Pop the Balloon. Episode 11's airing.
Yep.
He has been a cool person. He has, you know, responded to our reactions, showed love. There's a lot of stuff happening around him, and we wanted to, just talk to him, interview him, hear him out. Let's get through the announcements real quick before we get straight to the video. Hey, 1, Discord. It's open to everybody. Come in here, make friends, be peaceful. It is what it is. 2, anime reactions channel. right? Have that, aka Reacts. We have it open. We're gonna start getting more episodes on there. Our schedule is a little backed up, but we're gonna fix it. Lastly, the merch. Get your Fraud Watch shirts, shameless plug shirts, any type of shirt that's on there. Hoodies. We got everything on there.
Thank you to those that have purchased, by the way.
100%.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all that have shown some love and purchase. When you guys support our content, it helps us grow and it allows us to do more things. So,
with Norwegian.
Hold on. Let the ad go through. Let them get some support. We're going to let the ad go through. It's important. I know it takes time from the response. I want them to get their support, okay? You do have people that will skip ads from time to time. With them, I'm going to let it go through. Let them get their support. They put in a lot of work into this. Okay. And it's almost done. Okay.
all right, everybody, we here with the one and only nicknamed Weapon X, but his real name is Aaron. Aaron, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, big dog. Go ahead.
What's going on, man? It's Mr. You Not Qualified, aka Weapon X.
Yes,
I'm inheriting that name, and I'm gonna carry the torch for you, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking
Thanks for
about.
having me on here.
Hey, man, you the first ever interview I've ever done in my content creator life. So it's an honor that you even responded to us and you even wanted to have a conversation, because at the end of the day, we just some random people on the internet. You feel me? So I appreciate you. Is there anything you want to shout out? Anything before we get started?
That's a good start. That's a good start with you and your wife having your first interview with a guy who's going to be very successful. He's going to reach a lot of markets. A lot of markets are going to reach out to him. He's out there in Arizona. Shout out to Arizona. I was out there recently, New Mexico and stuff like that. They're doing pretty good things over there in those states. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Arizona. Shout out to him getting on that show. You know what I'm saying? That's a good start for him. The good and the bad comes with it on the internet. He'll be all right. He's been through a lot. You can tell by how he moves. So he'll be very, very successful. So would the people that interview him. So would the guy and his wife, Cortez. Yeah, definitely. They're going to be doing big things. You watch and see. Let's go.
It's just a profound pleasure being on here. Thank you to all my fans, everybody defending me in my comments, going hard for me, man. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all. These t-shirts are coming soon.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
tuned to my Instagram at very handsome with 2 Y's, VERYY_handsome. Stay in tune with my story. It's a lot of cloud chasing going on. Certain topics I won't address. Certain topics I will address. And today we're gonna keep it raw and uncut like
Yes,
I always
sir.
do, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because I'm not no professional interviewer, I'm not no big dog. I had to get my questions typed out. You feel me?
Don't ever say that. You are. Because a lot of people watch your channel. You don't know who watch your channel. You have a lot of big time people watch your channel. I may not be big time in numbers per se. I'm big time observing the space. And you are very watched by certain people. And you're going to have other people respond to your video. So be ready for it, because once it comes to over here, it goes into other sectors of YouTube that I was part of, or you could say done certain things with them. I'm no longer part of. They're going to get wind of it, and they will be speaking on it because you had this guy on here, of course. So you're the first one to do it. Big up yourselves. And always stay on that winning mindset, like I said in the comment section, because you deserve it. Let's go.
To make sure that I came correct. But at the end of the day, we also know that we got a lot of Arlette fans in here who are going to be sitting there waiting for your catch up with Arlette, and they fiending for it. So to make sure we don't step on Arlette's toes, I'm going to try not to ask no questions that I know she going to ask you on the catch up. That way you can, because you and her are going to be sitting in the same room with the shorty, and I'd rather people get to see that exchange with you being able to call her out on her stuff, her being able to say her piece. But at the end of the day, the truth is going to be the details that's in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. At the end of the day, if you got anything you want to address out as we do this, bro, feel free to talk your talk. Talk how you want to talk. All right.
Okay.
All right. So my first question, it's a big question that was going on when the Pop the Balloon came out, right? It was one of the key things that you said was a deal breaker.
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous and has a career going for herself.
And it was that you do not want a promiscuous woman.
I'm glad they asked him this question because a lot of people don't know what promiscuous is. It's multitude in its modern terms. We know the actual promiscuous. People know where this is going. The actual promiscuous is women enticing men, women taking down men, women seducing men, women lying to men, women having certain ways about the man to be whom she want him to be, and then deal with other men, and he has to accept it like Ahab did. That's what actual promiscuous is. So let's get to it.
Now, I know what promiscuous means. She know what promiscuous means. But for some reason, there's a lot of people that when you said that, the internet, they can't take it for what it is. Everybody got all these multiple meanings for it. But the only person that they wasn't asking who it really meant, what it really meant to was you. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So yes. I want you to tell these people, what does promiscuous mean to Aaron? Go ahead, big dog.
To Aaron, a promiscuous woman is a woman that possesses the Jezebel spirit. If you're familiar with the Bible, you know about Jezebel, right, and the deception that she used and the evil things that she's done.
Right.
Promiscuous women nowadays, they tend to manipulate you all for selfish gain.
Right.
And in the midst of, me falling in love with this promiscuous woman, she's having sexual interactions with other men, throwing off my pH balance.
That is true what he's saying. That is definitely true. This is why I said back then that you can't go by what woman tells you. You got to go by what you see. Her actions will tell you if you're going to deal with her long term or you're going to deal with her short term. And sometimes this person is not for you, yet you deal with the person because you believe the person is going to change. No. Another thing is that not everybody has an actual right way of doing things in its modern term, men and women. And since it's more women on the planet than men, we already know what's up with that and the reasons for that. So you just got to go into it knowing that you can't go by what they say. You got to go by their actions. And if their actions don't match their words, you got to just let it be because you're going to put yourself in harm's way. Let's go.
And, your pH balance being affected, that affects my mood, my work ethic.
The pH balance is more so she has multiple spirits of different men, some who have corruptible seed and some who didn't have uncorruptible seed. So she dealt with both, just like how Eve dealt with the corruptible and uncorruptible who became corruptible. Because guys, what you don't realize is when you lie with this woman, and she lied with another man, not only you taking her energy, the guys before her transgress, you become, or she become of any woman that was unseated and not seated, because there are women that's unseated. Just because they could carry a baby doesn't mean they don't have an unseated spirit, okay? So that's why certain people are supposed to be to themselves for a certain amount of time, because of the fluctuation of things we see on this planet today. Let's go.
At work, a multitude of things that I just don't want inside of my realm.
Right.
Okay.
And so, in a way, you would say that when that promiscuous spirit is in your vicinity, the household can't function, and that's why you can't allow that in your space. Basically, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's a good point, Cortez. That's a good point, because me personally, I would just not invite every woman to any of the places I have currently. And I did it and I went against my jurisdiction. I have to let it be. The person lied on me, of course. At the same time, you just can't have every person come to your house, because they bring in different walk tests and they could come in your house. Now you got to detox, you got to fast, you got to do free rent prayers. Don't overdo it, because you'll harm yourself if you're not careful. All types of things you got to deal with that comes with dealing with people.
Yes, sir. Because if we look at history,
Right.
there's been women that have conquered kingdoms with their manipulation tactics and with being promiscuous as well. So I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's continuing right now, especially in the States, especially in all fractions of life. You're seeing it happen.
Don't like that at all. And if a woman manifests any interest in another man, and I'm, showing her that I'm interested in her wholeheartedly, then I don't want.
Proverbs 31:3 says, give not all to thy women, for she destroyed kings. You can't give all to a woman. Guys, in order for certain things to work out, you can't give all to a woman. That doesn't mean that you starve her. That doesn't mean you don't take care of her and do the things you're supposed to do as a man. You don't give her your all undivided attention. You're supposed to have hobbies. You're supposed to be doing different things. She's supposed to have her room. You have your room. Even if you have kids, they have their room. That's why it's important when you get into an actual relationship with someone that you get it to a point that you start doing certain things, so that when you can see it in her face that she don't want to be in the bed with you, you don't want to be in the bed with her. You know what I'm saying? She got her room, you got your room. Even in biblical days, the kings or the men of military, whatever the case may be, they had their own solitude, because you cannot be in the same bed. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You can't be in the same bed doing this, doing that. It's going to be confrontation. People need their space. Gotta have your space these days. Let's go. This Western society has got everybody mostly cramped up like sardines, and that's why you see a lot more conflict. Too much around each other. You gotta have hobbies as a man. You gotta make sure your lady has a hobby. You got to make sure the children is active. We got to get active these days. Got to get active. Can't be stagnant. Let's go.
Anything to do with you.
Right. And so how do you feel about it when we live in a day and age now when you call people out for promiscuity, right? Because a promiscuous person can be a man and it can be a woman, right? Men have the same dog tactics that women do. And a lot of things that we call out on our channel is, no matter whether you want to be on team men or team women, we all got some bad habits that are negatively affecting the dating game on both ends. So what do you feel like to a woman who hears what you got to say about this and they try to throw it off on like, well, we can't be promiscuous over here, but what about what men do, rah, 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 over what men say, how they operate? The tit for tat.
A wicked man is given on to a portion of a wicked woman. if you have done certain things in your life, you will get those type of people coming in your life. If you have removed yourself from those things, eventually those people will not get close to you. So it has to be a thing that you have done, and you attract certain people because you have not let go of certain things. As a man, if you know what you want, you have to work on what you used to do. You have to ultimately cleanse that in order to not attract. If I'm attracting more promiscuous women, that's because I have not let go of promiscuous things that I have done in the past, or I continuously not paying attention, or I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? We got to be mindful of what we ask for. And we will be tested. That's another thing. He was tested on that show. And he passed with flying colors. He was the most tested of anybody on the Pop Balloon show ever.
How do you feel when a woman tries to bring that up? Like what is your exchange with that?
I would like my exchange with that would be man, me personally, I'm no saint whatsoever.
Right.
You know, I have been a promiscuous man myself, and it wasn't until
There we go. Shout out to the homie for saying what I just said. If you was promiscuous back then, and now you're changing your ways, you're getting into the truth, you're changing your habits, you're going to be tested. Just like if I did certain things in the past, I will be tested. It doesn't go away just because you change. And see, a lot of people don't realize, being in the truth, that certain things you did and you changed. Like Martha Messenger said, there were certain habits he did. And when he gave himself unto Christ, to the Most High, he was battle tested before he got his breakthrough. So now you're going through your breakthrough. So going on that show, you was tested. It was a lot of temptation. It was a lot of adversity. It was things that you're familiar with. You will be tested as time goes on, as you grow in life and you start wanting better things in life. You will be tested from your past. All of us go through it. That includes women that want to change. You will be dealing with your past. Christ went through it when he fasted and he was away from everybody. Everybody goes through it before your breakthrough comes. Everybody.
I was able to see the damage that was done to the other individual. I didn't know anything about empathy whatsoever until this particular situation transpired.
Right.
Once I stepped out of the relationship, this woman suffered some life-changing things, mentally, I would say.
There we go. He's admitting that it was a particular woman that he was with, and he was promiscuous with her, and he stopped dealing with her, and her life hasn't been the same. He's going to explain it. Here we go.
She lost her confidence and her self-esteem because of that, and now she indulges in relationships with low-value men. And honestly,
with low-value men, I have seen that happen. I know I have done it to two particular women. You know what I'm saying? And it came back to me, meaning that I dealt with actual woman that was promiscuous with the two that I was promiscuous with. And she hid it so good that when I caught on to it, we was already ending the relationship. So this could happen. He just happened to catch it and looked at his situation and know why he's being tested, because he was promiscuous. And see, a lot of men don't want to admit when they're promiscuous.
Started caring, even though it's not my fault. with her proceeding on with her life, her indulging with them, that's not my fault. But I feel like I played a factor in that.
Right.
Stepping out on her. So, and also what I've come to realize is not all women, but the promiscuous women, they are like cats. You know, you could count on one hand how
you're gonna encounter them. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You're right about this. Let's go.
how many times have you seen a cat having sex?
Right.
But men, we're like dogs. You know, you'll never see a cat. You can leave a cat in the middle of a desert and it'll come back pregnant.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And she'll come knocking on your door, say, hey, this is your baby. Many guys been through this and they're not thinking, let me wait till the baby is born to see if it's actually my baby. They just go along and then 15 years later, it's not their child. Man, I tell you.
Right. And we're like dogs, you know, we'll do it right in front of you. Me personally, I would just like to find one person, do it how I like, and I won't seek others. You don't seek others.
Right.
We can leave it at that.
Okay. Now we're gonna move from that a little bit because I did like what you said about empathy, and I could talk with you about empathy for hours because I feel like one thing that I had to learn as I got married was the importance of empathy. And so now on this day and age, for some reason, when we bring empathy up as a talking point when it comes to relationships, if you as a man start preaching empathy, you're suddenly a simp, you're soft, you feminine, but
it doesn't mean that. Having empathy, like he said, is being aware, listening to your partner, seeing if she's saying matches who she is, vice versa, matching who you are based on what you're telling her, and y'all empathize and learn how to work together. Because in this society, ain't nobody trying to work together because it's a lot of selfishness. We have a lot of selfishness spirit, men and women. We have, I get what I can from you. I got somebody else in mind. It's a lot of that going on. And it's no surprise in these days. Let's go.
If you try to bring empathy up to women, then all of a sudden it's like there's a disconnect there on both ends. But people don't seem to realize that the reason why relationships work is because you have to be able to put yourself in the place of your partner, and your partner has to put themselves in the place of you, and you guys come to that understanding together. And I just don't understand why, as men and women, that disconnect is just so vast.
Because the earth was given unto the hands of the wicked, and mostly the people are incorruptible spirits, incorruptible folks. Just because a person look like you doesn't mean they are of you. You have a lot of content creators using my talking point, which is cool because it's the truth. They don't, some recognize I came up with that. Some want to play like they came up with it because they have uncorruptible ways about themselves and would not admit who they got it from. So we can't go by a person that look like you and automatically say they one of us. No, everybody on this planet is not one of us. And that's when people are going to have to learn as time goes on their own journey. Can't be babysitting nobody. Let's go.
If that makes any sense. If you got anything to say on that, go ahead.
I think that disconnect is that way because part of the reason is the way the economy is as well.
Okay.
You know, everything is so expensive. Everything is increasing except minimum wage.
Right.
And due to that reason,
the reason why things are not going up wage wise is because, like I said, and another person said, if everybody stopped working for one day, you will see a change. You're not going to see a change because people fear if they don't pay this, they don't pay that, they don't do this, they don't do that. You are allowing them because of fear of walking away. They don't have enough AIs, they don't have enough people to do do what the majority of the people do to do what they need to do to survive, quote unquote survive. The problem with folks is that they were taught and believe that I have to go out there and make it happen, which you're supposed to. Yet you can't blame the company for not upping your wage. That's when the people, can you imagine if everybody get together and put $1? You would not need them to give you what they give you just to get by. Hey, I don't know anything. I'm not the most economic, even though I got 100 in high school. I don't know what I'm talking about. You got all these successful people that can't put $1 together to get things established because it's a lot of incorruptible spirits. It is what it is until Christ come back, until things be in order. Who's going to this planet? Who's going to this planet? And this and that and the third. We're going to see more confusion, unfortunately. We're going to see more madness. We're going to see more ladies going more buck wild when the economic get more crazier. We're going to see a lot of men doing things that you don't think they would do. Nothing's going to surprise you in this 2025 or beyond. Let's go.
You know, you have at an all-time high, you know, women doing OnlyFans. You know, women want to strip. Women wanted to do all these activities that.
Nothing new under the sun. What happened back then is happening now. At the same time, we live in a time such as never before.
A man of my stature would not approve of.
Right.
You know, and I think providing more opportunities for women and men overall would change that as well. People don't communicate anymore. Everybody is like, to me, out for their own selfish gain.
Right.
It's like on the show, like I said on my story, you know, it seemed like those women were there for a helpmate and not a soulmate. You know, we can't.
It was there for a helpmate, not a soulmate. That's his talking point. Shout out to his talking point. They was here for a helpmate, not a soulmate. They're not looking to be connected with you. They're looking for you to help them and then move on to somebody else. That's why I don't use the word helpmate. I know it's in the scriptures. Helpmate meaning not only she's helping you, you're connected, and you don't let outside noise interfere with what you got going on, because there's a lot of outside noise from men and from women who don't want to see you grow that fruit and make it fruitable, meaning having kids. Hey, what do I know? Let's go.
Different purposes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't, you know, like I said before, I don't treat women, I court them. It's a big difference. You know, you treat an animal. You know, when an animal does something nice, you give them a little treat. Here's a little doggy bone. You court a woman. You know, you treat that woman like a goddess. But I can't give you 110% of me, and you are giving me 75% of you, and you giving Jonathan 10%. You got Jimmy, he another 10%. You know, your attention is divided. So when I'm pouring into you, like I stated before, I'm pouring into you the seeds that I'm planting, they'll never grow because you're distracted.
That is the times we are in. Because if she's not busy and you busy and she has too much time on her hands, then yes, it's a possibility she's not going to listen to you. Guys, honestly, the truth of the matter is, if she's not going to listen the first time and you have to explain yourself, don't give her a second chance. If I have to explain myself to you more than one time, we're not going to be together. This is not the time to be teaching when you got too much stuff going on. Too much stuff going on for you to be teaching and they're not listening. Don't waste your energy on that. You're gonna have health issues, worry issues, and you're not going to concentrate on the goal prior to you meeting her or whoever you're dealing with.
And this is, it's crazy. That was some heat. Hold on, that was some heat. And this, it's crazy. This is why I wanted to do the interview with you, because I was sitting there after you reached out to us on Instagram and you said you watched the reaction. We get a lot of people that they see our reactions and then they show some love, they do all this. But when as soon as we uploaded your video of the Pop the Balloon Arlett's video, we got so many people in the comments going, yeah, the last guy was he's on Instagram going crazy. He's on Instagram doing this. Oh, he said this. Oh, this is going on. And one thing about, you can ask my wife even this, one thing about me is when it comes down to this internet stuff, I try to stay unbiased. I try not to pick a side until I actually know stuff, because I've seen the effects of what happens when you jump to conclusions and you pick a side too fast. Right?
Yes.
This is why I said I'm interviewing you today. If the Esther chick ever said, "Oh, I want to be on there and I want to talk my talk," I hope it's respectable. But I'm gonna be unbiased. I'm gonna say, "Hey, go ahead, talk your talk." But at the end of the day, one thing we gotta all understand, and the Bible it says, "What's done in the dark is gonna come to the light."
Yeah.
Meaning that all truths and all lies are gonna be exposed at the end of the day. So that's why having you reach out to me, I'm like, you know what? I see him on this. I see him talking his talk online, but I see all these people. They take the 3-minute video clip or the 3-minute Instagram clip, and they sitting there. I saw one lady like, "Oh yeah, you must beat men." I'm like, what?
You're not going to win with people on the internet. One thing about this internet is people are going to use small clips to get their views, to get their money. And everybody's going to jump in on it because that's just what it is. You have what is called quick analysis. They're not going to break down videos. They're not going to see the whole tonality because they have a 10-second attention span. So, of course, they're going to get a small clip. People are going to jump on it. They're not going to go reach the whole source. They're not going to look at the whole thing. We're in a microwave society. We're already in the 15-minute cities for the most part, particularly in America and certain parts of the world. That is, bringing in this microwave quick fix scheme just to get people not to think for themselves and look at the whole thing before making an analysis. Good catch, Cortez.
I was looking at your comments. I'm like, at what point did he even sound aggressive towards women in anything that he said? But all of a sudden, you a woman beater, and they sitting there going crazy. So I'm like, you know what? I got a small platform. It's not a great platform, but God has blessed me with the platform. And I always tell people that I want to let God move on my platform. And if letting people talk their truth and really tell it is a way to use the platform, then we might as well do it. So how are you feeling now that you're blowing up right now? You're on World Star, you're on all this stuff.
Yeah,
and I understand you're already like a fitness guy and all that. So a lot of this viral pressure does hit you, but how do you feel when you got people just making all these random stories and claims about you and they don't even know you?
So at first it was frustrating, because I know the type of man that I am. The individuals around me know what type of man that I am. And, people start to delve deep into what transpired in the past, and I can't escape my past.
Right.
I can recreate my future.
Right.
Right.
I don't, they
Absolutely. They're going to do that. They do it with me. They do it with other people. And it comes with being on the internet. It is what it is. Once it's there, it's there. You know what I'm saying? And they know that majority of the people don't have a mind of their own. That's why they feud it. They feud that small clip. Welcome to the internet. To whom much is given, much is required. So expect a lot of people to go against you. Then it's going to be people that's rooting for you, and there's going to be people that's going to support you in your endeavors. All right, that's just what it is. Let's go.
They want to judge on things at the negative, everything, anything they can find negative, but anything positive that I've done, they don't want to talk about.
Positive don't sell on the internet. Positive don't sell on the internet, don't sell in the world. Job 9:24, the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. So there's also a scripture that talks about good is evil, evil is good. The things are reversed. So if you caught in a woman, she deems you weird, strange, overly aggressive, overly protective. She's not turned on by that. She's turned on by these weird behaviors, strange behaviors, obnoxiousness, cold shoulder. That's what majority of women into. That's what majority of men into craziness. They love craziness. Let's go.
So I think, Jesus was perfect, right?
Right.
They still talk bad about Jesus. Yep. So they always gonna have
all the time. So if they talk bad about him and they hated him before we even process into this society, there's nothing new under the sun. It comes with it. You can't win with everybody. Everybody ain't supposed to be supportive of you, being down with you, want to see you win, don't want to see you. They don't want to see you in a relationship. If you get in a relationship, it has to be toxic. Hey, sometimes it's good to be to yourself until everything flushes out and you get a clear situation of who you're supposed to deal with and keep it moving. And don't be surprised about the outside noise.
I have something to say about me. Just keep talking. Keep blowing me up, keep making me bigger. And God willingly, the right person sees me and something, a career takes off. I don't have to plumb anymore. Something comes out of this.
And that's going to happen. You ready to go to that level? Well, level stands for Eve. You ready to go to the next step? And so now you get ready to go to the next step. You know what comes with it. He said he's ready to leave the plumbing thing. He's doing pretty good for himself. He see himself doing something better. You're going to get a lot of people want to do shows with you, going to support you to come on a show, of course. Then you're going to be traveling to different various places. Just don't, I would say this respectfully. Some people going to do it because they're going to get the numbers. They don't really care for you per se. You're going to weed out who you want to talk to. I know you good of weeding out who you're going to want to talk to, who you're going to want to deal with. You're going to do your own investigation. So I could see you definitely doing big things on the internet, becoming more self-made. Just know this. You seen promiscuous on the Pop Balloon show. Man, knowing how this online is, I see it to a whole different level than most people because I've been on it for a minute. And all I can tell you is do your thing, get to that money, man. And whatever woman you come across, just make sure you, like you was doing on the Pop the Balloon show, you'll get your answer. It don't take that long. Let's go.
Right. But, I don't care what people got to say. You can think the worst of me. The women out there that are afraid to take a chance with me, you're depriving yourself of an opportunity with a great man. These women that you see trying to clout chase off of me, and they make money off social media. They don't have very good paying jobs.
There's not a lot of good paying jobs. Social media, if you're social media, you can make a lot of money. Slandering, defaming, making up stuff as it goes. That's what they're doing with him. They don't like him. The women on the Final Blue show don't like him. Yet they cloud chasing. the confederacy, like in the book of Psalms, they getting other men and your brother, because your brother was on the show. Try to get your brother to go against you. Man, I tell you, man, because his brother was on the show. A lot of you don't know the dress. I think that the dress is his brother. If it's not the dress, no, the dress is not his brother, because she talked to the dude with the dreads. You know, it's out there. He going probably talk about that. And his brother is the other dude, the anime dude. I think that's his brother. Let's go.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do whatever they can. They're gonna say whatever they can to paint this false narrative about me. Keep painting it. Put it on the biggest canvas you can find in America. You know, and I'm gonna keep smiling. I'm gonna keep my head held high at all times. You see me out in public, I'm a friendly giant. You know, don't be afraid to approach me. If I have a resting mean face on in the gym or something, don't be afraid. You can say hello. You know, I don't put my hands on women, but I will get aggressive with a man, you know, for the right reason, you know, defending myself or defending a woman. You know, I'm trying to promote a just cause. You know, I don't want to promote any bigotry, any negativity. Let's spread more black love and not hatred. You know, let's come together. You know, we the only ones that don't really have any unity. Man, let's come together. You know, let's bring my people together. Let me.
Unfortunately, not to say that you're not saying what other people are saying, been saying this for a long time. The thing is, in order for us to get together, there's some things that needs to be changed, and you have to make sure you good. If everybody else don't want to be good, they don't want to be good. Your hands are clean at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
God, please bless me, you know, with a platform where I can create opportunities for my people. You know?
No, I felt that, and I felt what you said about the Jesus part, because even the Bible says, Jesus said, they hated me before they hated you. Meaning that you're going to walk down paths where there's going to be adversity. There's going to be people that disagree, that dislike what you got to do. And that's regardless of how well you make your character show. Because I even saw your Instagram, all the stuff that you was doing for the youth programs in your area and all that. But then you got a random woman that you've never even met before saying, like, you look like you a woman beater. And I just told all my friends, showed them a picture of you, and we all agree you beat women. It's like, dang, bro, like y'all tearing down a man who is helping the youth. If we don't have the youth, then it's gonna be broken people growing up to be even more broken, then creating more broken people. And we just gonna keep in that cycle, and it's never gonna fix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and I also sorry, not
no, go ahead.
I speak to at-risk youth, and also there was a duration of time in my life where I would indulge in criminality, you know, and I'm not ashamed of that. You know, those experiences molded me into the man that I am today. And because of that, I'm able to reach out to, you know, other individuals that indulge in that certain lifestyle as well. You know, a pastor may not be able to get to them the same way that I may be able.
He said a pastor may not get to them the same way I am able to get to them. You know, that's interesting. Very true. Very, very true. Because Christ hung out with people who had a certain lifestyle that the Pharisees and Sadducees would talk about, so to say. So shout out to him for reaching out to the youth and doing those things, and, you know, getting to the young people to let them know that there's something out there for them. They don't have to go this route. I went this route. The pastors are too comfortable to go out there in them streets because they're busy up on these lady skirts all day, so to say. They ain't got time to be telling the truth and going out there and make things happen with their fake selves.
You know, this is all a part of my tribulation. And I also, I provide free plumbing services to single women, single mothers, to single fathers, Army veterans, people that have issues with property management. I provide free plumbing services to them.
That's applaudable for you. That's applaudable for you. So he helps a lot of people that is not stable. That's why the Most High have given him more than when he even asked for. Commendable for you doing that.
You can find me, Aaron Sloan, on the Nextdoor app. And I also donate, to children that, need hearing aids. I've been seeking more nonprofit organizations for children that need hearing aids as well, because I was shot in my face and a bullet was lodged inside of my ear. It broke my mandible. For those that say, my jaws were chattering or anything, my mandible is permanently fractured on this side. And I lost my hearing for 5 years.
Dang.
And during that course of time, it made me appreciate the smallest things in life, like having your senses,
And that's real talk. That's real talk. That is real talk, man. That's a powerful sermon right there.
Having your taste, your smell. I didn't appreciate small things in life like that until that was taken away from me.
Right.
So it wasn't until I was able to have surgery and get that hearing back, which was a profound blessing, of course. But since there's a lot of kids out there that don't have that opportunity, that won't be able to hear again. And, I really love music. And during that 5-year time, not being able to hear music, it was just depressing. So I can just imagine, how depressed these children may be, or what type of turmoil that they're going through, mentally and spiritually, due to them not having hearing aids. So I try to, acquire funds. I try to set money aside from each paycheck to donate to a just cause like that. And God has been continuing to bless me abundantly. Like there's been times, money's just falling out of the sky in large amounts. And
All praises to the Lord. All praises to the Lord, man. Talk your talk, bro. Talk your talk.
No, it's because I got a good heart and I try to put out, positivity into the universe, and positive stuff comes back to me.
Wow. Man. All right. We're going to move on to the next part, right? Back to the Pop the Balloon. There came to a point in the show where you said a legendary catchphrase. A legendary catchphrase. It's one of your many. You have two, and I know you know which two. But for some reason, this was the one that everybody caught on to, and on the show, everybody reacted to crazy. And it was the "You did me a favor."
For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry, or I wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we were going to be going through a dating show,
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay.
Arlette?
Thank you. You did me a favor.
All right, let this go through. Let this advertising go through. Make sure you hit the like button if you enter in the show. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. That would be appreciated. So they're going to get a lot of views. They're going to get a few more thousand views when everybody come over here and see that I'm on, that, rock with this channel. It's already on the first stage of viral. It should go multi-viral real soon. When other people talk about it, response to their video, Yeah, so I expect a lot of people to reach out to him on Instagram. Yeah. Okay, so we're just waiting patiently. I want the ads to go through for them. So just be patient, y'all. Because when the ads go through, what happens is they get paid for their services. I had the thing a while back that, I pay a certain amount a month. Yeah. Anyway, just hold on. Now people saying, how are you using StreamYard? Did you pay for StreamYard? No, I did not pay for StreamYard. It's the Lord's doing that I got through. Because I'm not paying no extra thing to StreamYard like I told y'all. I'm not doing that. Just want to make that clear. All right, here we go.
Your favorite. Now, when we watched it, and I know you seen our reaction, it was funny to us because that's the first time I've ever heard somebody like, "Oh, I'm glad you popped on me. You did me a favor." It's like, dang, like, all right, like, and I know you didn't. You said it. You even said it yourself that you're just speaking. You're speaking blunt. You're not speaking to hurt.
Right.
But you know the atmosphere as you're on that episode. When you hit that, you did me a favor because we know they edit it and they cut a lot of stuff. What do you feel like the atmosphere was when you hit that? Like, what did you feel in that moment?
What I felt, I honestly didn't feel anything because I was just being myself. I didn't feel like I said anything wrong. I didn't call any of those women the B word. I didn't, do anything to that effect. All I did was just let her know, hey, you did me a favor. Because if you're not interested in me, you're doing me a favor, because I could have wasted a month of my time taking you out, going to the movies, wasting my unlimited texting, wasting my unlimited data, FaceTiming you.
That's a good talking point. Time wasters. I used to talk about time wasters. Yeah. They laughing because it's true. There's a lot of time wasters out here. It's a lot of time wasters, y'all, for real.
Doing all of these things.
Right.
Let's get right to the point. Do you like me? I like what I see. And I'm the type of man, if I have to reassure you, because these women have a problem with giving men reassurance.
Right.
They swear, reassuring a man makes you insecure.
Oh, yeah. Listen, if I have to reassure what we talked about and you bring up something that I already talked to you about and I have to discuss it past 2 times, you have an amnemic problem. That means because you dealt with multiple men, you have a lot of soul ties or a few soul ties or maybe 3, 4 soul ties or 1 soul tie. 2. The point is you have a soul tie to something that's making you not compute with me. And that is a big, big situation going on in America. My goodness. You say something to them, it don't compute right away. And then they say, what did you say? Did you say this? And you already said it. And you could rewind back to tape. I have seen this been done before. And they say, oh, they have that, like, yo, you dealing with different entities inside these people, man. That's why I say, man, if you got to reassure what you're talking about, you got problems. You got a major problem and you don't want to deal with it because it's going to make you look crazy.
I don't have no problem reassuring you. Baby, go through my phone. What do you want? Whatever it takes to give you that reassurance. So I'm not at work wondering, is my woman doing this? Or, I want that security and I want to give you that security as well.
Right. Okay. So when the women heard that, right, and they reacted the way they reacted, when you talked about empathy, do you see from their perspective of how that came off though? Do you see what they were getting at when they said it? And you can be true, bro.
Here we go.
Now, if I was them, honestly, I would just. But see, I can't blame them. I can't blame them because I know for a fact, after God made me, He broke the mold. He doesn't make them like this anymore. So dealing with a man like me and to have.
He said the Most High don't make guys like him no more. It's not too many men in your caliber in this damn time because they've been pressed down to effeminize themselves just to have a woman, just to have children, just to let her do whatever. Because if he don't let her mess with other men, if he don't let her kiss other men right in front of him, all types of stuff, let the guy do it. Two wrongs don't make it right. Everybody on the internet will persecute him. She does it. These ladies don't hold them accountable for the most part. With exceptions. Exceptions. I gotta say exceptions because if I don't say exceptions, I'm saying that all of them can't compute. You know how this goes. Come on now.
Has morals, principles, values. I'm not saying I'm the only one, but we're not in abundance. Most of them are married, and the ones that are single are not interested in having a relationship. And the men, such as myself, that want a relationship, that stand on business and not going to take no foolishness, they don't want to abide by my expectations and that I would have for our relationships because they can't do as they please. They can't run those manipulation tactics on me. They can't deceive me. They can't tell me something and make me believe it, like they could do the next guy. Yeah. So that's what.
Yeah. That's right. You got dudes who be like, did he do that? Yeah. Yeah, he did that. Oh, tell me more. What kind of work he does? What kind of... You got those situations. They know who to do that to because some of these men can't compute and they'll just go, yeah, tell me more. And she knows he going to go along, get along because he's so insecure being a man. Man, I tell you, this is crazy.
Where the problem comes in at.
Okay. Cool. All right. There was a point where there was a lady in a white dress. She had heard how you spoke to the first two when you said you did me a favor. Lady in white dress. During the episode, me and my wife, we was kind of like, we wasn't really rocking with her too heavy, even though she was educated. One thing we kept pointing out was we don't like when people waste people's time. That's one thing that we can't stand because we don't get the time back. And so one thing that she had a trend of on the show was she always held her balloon until she was the last selected person. And then she would pop and say, I don't feel your energy. And it's like, dang, you didn't feel his energy this whole time. And now you just now pop. But there's a point where you two had an interaction. And she said, oh, you come off as very arrogant.
And why did we end up popping our balloon?
The comment you made didn't really. I like a more humble person. That's the one that responds so defensive-ish. Yeah, that's really it. I didn't really necessarily like
that's
how you
fine.
responded.
Hey, I could just all I can do is be honest.
I mean, be honest.
I
Be your authentic self. That's okay.
To find a match that wasn't matching. That's all, Queen.
You could be a tad bit disrespectful, like how you, I don't know, arrogant a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, just that.
Well, voicing my opinion is not arrogant. She asked me if she would be a good fit for me. If I like what I see, it's contrary to the truth.
Arrogance, right?
Yes.
You spoke a bit. I don't think you had enough time to really break down what you were saying because I think you went along the lines of it's not arrogance, it's just me talking my truth and me saying what it is. Mm-hmm. So when you hear this arrogant claim, how does it what is the real breakdown that you were trying to give on the show that you kind of didn't get the time to really break down?
I am the embodiment of confidence. Being confident is not being arrogant. You can't mistake the two. Mm-hmm. I am well aware that everything on earth was created to be subservient to man.
Right.
You know, from the nature, women was made from the essence of man, from his rib.
Yeah.
You know, a woman is not going to ever conquer me. You know, we're hunters. You know, women, they are trying to manifest this masculine energy, and that's not the role that they were created to do. If they want to fulfill their divine purpose, but they have this mentality where I don't need a man, then you're not going to fulfill your purpose. You know, I know, you know, and it's an unfortunate thing that every woman can't reproduce, but God, you know, intended for woman to reproduce and for man to do what? Be fruitful and to multiply.
Right.
That's exactly why, you know, man can impregnate a woman. That woman, she's pregnant for 9 months and she can't get pregnant again. Man, he can go impregnate another woman and another woman and another woman, because that's a part of his divine purpose. That's what he was, you know, designed to do, is be fruitful and multiply.
Right.
Okay. I like that. That was
Now this gets interesting, because in order to be fruitful and multiply, you have to have more than one lady. However, in this day of time, with a lot of incorruptible ladies, because they come from uncorruptible men, you may get one more besides the one you have. And that says a lot, to even get one to coincide with you. If you could get two, then you let this one have, then the other one have, however you want to do it. Because a woman's supposed to technically, after she has her first child, she's supposed to relax for a certain amount of time. You gotta let her body adjust and get healing. And I'm no doctor. I just know from talking with someone who had children, they'll let their wife relax for a year or two, and then they'll have another kid, you know what I'm saying? And this guy have 8 kids by this woman. And after the 8th one, they decided not to have more children. He got somebody else. Now they having children. Why? Because a woman's body was made to have a certain amount, and it could dissolve them. I just don't want to get too much into it. Just from observing and asking questions to people that have children, they let me know they let their woman heal for at least 2 years before they have another one. Let's go.
That was a good explanation, because, you know, it's unfortunate. It seems to me like a lot of your reasoning and stuff came from more of like a Bible belt, more religious mindset. And one thing I noticed about the internet and the way the world is going right now, if you put God in any type of conversation, it's offensive. It's offensive. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. You too preachy, and we get into this era of people don't want the moral system that religion has given us. They want to be spiritual. They want to be. They don't want the attachments. They want just I have a relationship with God. And then when people ask you what established that relationship with God, I found him myself. Okay, but what helped somebody find him too? What helped you find him? And they just don't ever have any type of explanation for that. How do you feel about that?
I feel like we're all spiritual beings, you know, that inhabited a physical body.
Right.
So you can't just say, "Oh, I'm physical," but you're not tapped in with the source. You know, our higher power, our creator.
Right.
You're just spiritual. You know, you're just saying what you're being yourself. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it sounds like, you know, kind of being an atheist, because, you know, if you don't believe in God, that is something, you know, I don't want to be around somebody else who doesn't believe.
Right.
You know, and no offense to people that don't believe, You just got to surround yourself with like-minded individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't think the same, then we don't need to be around one another.
Yeah.
Right. It's. I think the way that explanation you gave is the safest explanation we can give, because at the end of the day, we live in an era where everything can be too offensive, even if it's something that me telling you like, oh, I don't like the way your shirt looked today. I liked it the way you wore yesterday. Well, now you offended this person because they really like that color. And so when it comes down to religion and spirituality, people want to live in their own ways. They don't want to hear people tell them like, hey, morally, you shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. But they just tear it away and they don't want to hear that. So I feel like that's the answer that, unfortunately, a lot of us who believe in a higher power, who believe in a God, that's the answer that we're kind of forced to give nowadays.
Because a lot of people just want to live in the mindset of free will equaling I can do whatever I want, but free will there's a limit and an extent to free will, because yes, God gives us free will, but there's going to be consequences and repercussions with you living the free will.
That is true. She's right. She's absolutely right. They all right. Let's go.
That he gave us. The free will is to choose him every day. When you choose not to choose him, this is the free will that you're going to get. Chaos, discord, lust, greed, envy, jealousy, manipulation, all types of stuff.
Right.
And those were all spirits, God never intended for us to encounter.
Exactly.
Right. Breaking it down. Next part. Back to the show. I know you had an interesting little moment.
Here we go.
A certain lady in a red dress.
Here we go.
Okay, yes.
Brianna, right?
Yes.
For me, this was one of the funniest moments in that entire video. I swear, when you were on the video, my energy for that video multiplied times 50, because the entire time in the video, I'm like, let's do it, because it was the rebuttals you had were so clean, but they also weren't like raunchy and offensive. You feel me? So there's a part in there where she says, "Oh, my eyes are up here. You must be staring at my chest or my tattoo."
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
And you hit her with, "Nah, I was actually looking at your arms. They're hairy."
I'm going to give away this incredible $4,000. Wait, no.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was definitely hilarious how he handled her. Because she thought that she could woo him in with her mystical spell. And that wasn't going to work. That wasn't going to work at all. She thought it was going to work. Like, how that's going to work on a guy who was once promiscuous for one and no longer is promiscuous, yet you trying to pull on a show to get him off his square. You couldn't get him off his square. That bothered you. That bothered the other ones too, that he couldn't get off. They couldn't get him off his square. That's why they're talking about him so much on wherever social media outlets they're using. All that's going to do is draw more people to him to see his side of the story, and they're going to make their decision based on that. Something they don't see. Before you know it, just like Desi Banks, oh, I wish he was with me. I wish you was down with me. I wish you had. Let me get another chance. Come up with these songs. Got to be mindful. Got to stay strong. They're going to try to pull a skit talking about what happened with us, why we couldn't get together type talk, So, yeah, we just waiting for the ads to go through. All right, let's go.
Here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
You know, I don't like that. That's all I
Okay.
was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You just
parts,
wasn't
but
looking at
that's
my
not what it
eyes.
is.
If you notice, the one with the pink, when she heard that, that's why she was looking at her hair pits. She's like, uh-oh. Then the one with the blue, you know the attitude. You know what comes with this. Let's go.
No,
That's
I was
all
looking
I was
at the
pointing
hair on
out.
your arms,
Anyways,
Queen.
she asked me the question.
Yes.
Now, when you said that, I want to know what was going through the motions. Like, what was the motions of that? Because you had her triggered for the rest of that video. She was against you the whole rest of that video. So what was going on?
So one thing about me is I am very observant.
Yeah.
You know, women, you can call me zesty or whatever you want to say, but I take my health is my wealth, and I take very seriously. You know, I get manicures, I get pedicures, I keep myself together, you know, and I had the same expectations for my woman. So when I approached her, I wanted to, you know, inhale, exhale. Let me breathe this in. Let me blow this out. Full body scan and see, you know, what she got going on. And just the first thing that I seen was, you know, the arm hairs, and I don't like that. So I was just like, you know, this isn't gonna work. You know, I don't mind shaving them off too. I wasn't planning on getting at her like that, but I felt like she tried to play me. Like she's like, look up here, and she tried to.
Yeah,
she tried to get a moment. Yeah, she tried to get a moment.
So we could. So on the camera, even with you watching it full screen, because there's a difference between when you up close to people and when you on the camera.
Yeah.
On the camera, I was trying to look at her arms, and I'm seeing the shades. I'm like, dang, for him to point it out, was it that hairy? Like, was she really that packed up with the hair? Because on camera, we could just see a little bit, but
when they zoomed in,
when
they was wrong for zooming in on her like that.
And I'm gonna just say, because you know they're gonna try to crucify me. I'm gonna just say, for me, it was a little excessive. You know, for the next man, he might be willing to tolerate it, but I wasn't willing to.
Okay. Well, since we going through the list of your ops, we got your next op. This is the op that your opponent that is the main reason why you are going crazy viral right now. And it's so disappointing because it's so cry to your mama. This is when I watched this, I was sad, but I was happy. I was happy on your end, but I was disappointed on her end, because if anybody has watched the Pop the Balloons, this girl was also she was also a person that on the show, she had an encounter with a man named Dr. Elam, and he called her. Shout out Elam, man. Hey, Elam, hit me up, bro. It's all love, bro. I want people to know I do not hate Dr. Elam, bro. Me and Alex be watching his stuff. He's funny. Y'all need to understand we don't hate that man. But it was disappointing because we vouched for her so hard, because the first time she came on the show, she was humble. And when she got to you and a couple other gentlemen,
they always do that. That's why you can't go by what they say. Because if you go by what they say, they could use that against you in a court of law.
And we start seeing, I said, it's a power shift. When you're that lone wolf standing and you're in front of all those people and you're the target, you're going to act humble and meek. Yeah. But as soon as she was on the opposite side and she had the reinforcements, the women on her left, women on her right versus the lone man, some character came out. And when she approached you, it threw me off, because I'm like, bro, I was sliding for you.
Yeah, but I kind of knew Kayla was going to turn up in this episode.
And she came for you. Yeah. And it was, and here's the part that, okay, before I ask this question, here's the part that confused me, because she said in the video, you tried to come for me, and so now I got to get at you. But if you actually watch the video, there's no lead up or interaction that is on the camera
Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber.
So, and I do real estate and property
I
management.
live
So what you
downtown.
do ain't
I live
nothing compared to
downtown.
me.
I stay by myself, Queen. You know, and you're not even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not qualified.
You definitely not. You know, if anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You
And the
ain't
one
my
that you
type.
wanted
If
popped
I
up
seen, that's fine.
So what?
That is totally fine.
Okay.
But one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same? Yeah.
Look at these two. These two like, woo, that's funny. Man, I tell you, man, the one with the pink, look at her face. The one with the black, man, everybody was rooting for you. I said, no, 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 no. You notice I said he pulled the baddest one in Maddie's comment section. I'm not saying her name correctly. In her comment section at the same time, I said, oh, no, no, no. I ain't gonna go by what she say. I'm gonna see what happens, and we're gonna find out. It's coming.
Between you and her, it just like she starts off like that, and so it's confusing. Did something happen and then you get cut before that clip showed, or what happened?
So nothing crazy happened. I didn't get to calling her out of her name or anything. We were just exchanging back and forth, and I had said, what kind of vehicle I had. So, shout out to the whoever was editing the video, for editing that out for me, because she was like, what kind of, I was like, this what so they edited that out. But other than that, that was it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
respect
and I respect you. Yeah, I respect you for even admitting that there was something that led to that. Because when I saw that part, I was kind of confused. I'm like, what? He didn't even say nothing to you.
Yeah.
So it's like
we just try to continue on with her. Oh, you're broke rent. You live with somebody. They're trying to say, I didn't have any money or whatever.
Oh, we know.
We know you got money.
Put out a little 20,000, 30,000 on Instagram.
Oh yeah, he pulled out 20,000, 30,000 on Instagram. Probably on a live show. I don't think it's on one of his video/photos. People could do photos of showing the money and then going a quick live about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe he did that. They probably watched the Instagram. People clip that. Yeah, you don't want to mess with that dude. That's Arizona. Click, 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 carry time. All right? You could carry in Arizona. Even though it's a Ibarasi state, you can still carry.
Just to show y'all, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
And if you think you're going to try to rob me, man, it's not going to end well. So please don't.
So in the Kayla situation, so now that we know that this led up, right? When you hit her with your finishing move, right? Because we call you Weapon X, we call you Deus Machina, right? The machine, right? You had a fatality in there. You said, I could pull 100K out the bank right now. Can you do the same?
That struck me.
That
struck me. I was like,
did you feel like a Super Saiyan at that point? Did you feel your veins pumping super?
No, I definitely didn't, because I'm a man, and like I said, men we conquer women. I'm gonna, and people think it's zesty going back and forth, but I'm a man. You are a woman. Stay in your nature and be subservient. I'm not saying bow down to me, but stop trying to talk over to me. You don't talk over a man. You say you come from the South and you were raised with morals and principles, but a woman from the South is not going to raise her voice and loud talk a man that did not disrespect you. If I wasn't interested in you, is that what they teach in the South? A man that's not interested in you, go bad on him. That was a little bit ridiculous, but I say that also because, we have a lot of gang violence out there. We have, a lot of kids that this being tough thing is trending too, as well. All these kids want to be Pistol Pete, and it seems all they want to do is just hurt somebody or shoot somebody. Anybody can shoot somebody, anybody can kill somebody, anybody can hurt somebody, beat them up, but everybody can't count 100,000. So go get you some money.
I like what he said right there. Anybody can shoot somebody, hurt somebody, kill somebody. Go get yourself 100,000. Everybody can't pull out 100,000. Ooh wee! That's bars right there. Now that's what I'm talking about.
That's my best advice to you, man. Go count 100,000.
Yeah,
you
man.
Putting your energy into the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Once I started getting some real money, leaving the country, expanding my horizon, seeing that there was more to life than what it is, then I stopped, stop staying around stuff that I got accustomed to.
Let me rewind that again. That is the key factor. Let me rewind that. It went through a lot of people's ears. That's a powerful message.
Talk over to me. You don't talk over a man. You say you come from the South and you were raised with morals and principles, but a woman from the South is not going to raise her voice and loud talk a man that did not disrespect you. If I wasn't interested in you, is that what they teach in the South? A man that's not interested in you, go bad on him. That was a little bit ridiculous, but I say that also because, we have a lot of gang violence out there. We have a lot of kids that this being tough thing is trending too, as well. All these kids want to be Pistol Pete, and it seems, all they want to do is just hurt somebody or shoot somebody. Anybody can shoot somebody, anybody can kill somebody, anybody can hurt somebody, beat them up, but everybody can't count 100,000. So go get you some money. That's my best advice to you, man. Go count 100,000.
Yeah, man.
You're putting your energy into the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Once I started getting some real money, leaving the country, expanding my horizon, seeing that there was more to life than what it is, then I stopped, stop staying around stuff that I got accustomed to. I start moving around. Trying to travel the globe, man. Go do something different.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, this one is the one where I'm going to ask you it, but I know that you have to do the catch up with Arlette. So the way I'm going to phrase it is that way we can only address what you have said on your story. And that way, if there's details that Arlette needs to exclusively get, I don't want to take from her, right? Your Instagram posts with your match, right?
All right. So it seems like there's a little vibe here. So is it going to be a yes for you for him?
God says save souls, so yeah.
Oh, and is it a yes for you
It's
for her?
gonna be a hell yes for me.
Okay, we got a match.
Weapon
All right, let me
X
take
got
this
a
mic
match.
and y'all can go on off.
Weapon X got a match. So as soon as we uploaded, before our reaction was even on the site for 3-4 hours, there was people letting us know, oh, he's going in, he's exposing everything. Him and his match are going through.
Now, there was speculation, which he will explain, that she was talking to another dude. We're going to find out. Let's play the thing, and we're going to respond.
With your discretion, can you explain, like, what is happening? What is happening in this situation right now?
Honestly, there probably won't be a reunion. I'm honestly thinking about not getting back on a reunion just because, I've already had to move out of my place. It's just been too much internet. I'm going out to the gym. I can't even work out. People coming up to me. It's just too much, honestly. But I will say, what happened was when we met, I was interested in her. We had a very pleasant conversation behind the scenes. And, after the conversation, we were on our way to having a good night. And I'm not talking, a physical night. It was just, we hit it off well. Right. And I was really looking forward to seeing what happened with this woman. I was impressed how, she was an independent thinker. I honestly thought she was going to pop her balloon, but I didn't really care. because like I told everyone before I got there, I'm gonna be myself.
Right.
I was impressed. She's not a follower. She is an independent thinker, but I am under the impression that she is also looking for a helpmate as well.
Meaning take care of her and give her what she wants and still have other men, basically, or other things going on. You get what I'm saying?
Because after I was arguing with the girl and I told her, I could pull out 100,000. If you look before the video, before the girl and Caleb popped her balloon, she raised her balloon like she was getting ready to, throw it on the floor, do something to that effect. But after I said how much money I had, then she was, she didn't pop. Okay, we matched. So after we went backstage, we were having a good conversation, and Chandler, the guy with the dreads that had the anime shirt,
suits off wearing like what they're comfortable with. So you tell me, like, what do you want your man to like? How do you want your man to dress? How do you want your man to look?
Would you dress like this on the first date with me?
Yes.
Yeah,
this is what I'm comfortable
why not?
with. Okay. This is who I am.
Hey, I love that. I respect that. It's just if like you dress like that on the first date, I would probably.
So then my next question is, how do you want your man to dress on the first date?
Bring back that dark skin man. That his
so
outfit.
Do with the open.
Oh
yeah. My brother. Yeah. Okay.
Well, your brother.
Yeah.
Can learn
Oh, so she said, bring out that dark skinned man with the button shirt open. That's his brother. So the dress is his brother. So she already had her eyes on the brother. Now, by them letting that clip out, she done probably told the one with the pink and the other ones, I'm going to see if I could break him. Let me be the one to do it. So she already had her mind on who she wanted the whole entire time. This is why I tell you guys, they already have their mind set up who they want. They already seen these guys behind the scene. They already had conversations before they go on the show. So prior to going on the show, they already know what they want. I get it. It's a business. It's a business at the end of the day. And I love what Arnaz is doing. I love what she's doing. If I'm saying her name correctly, I love what she's doing. She's bringing other content creators to talk about her show now. Now she's going to be at 1 million subscribers and getting deals and sponsors and stuff like that down the road. The thing is, we're going to rewind this and hear this part because this makes sense now. Now it's starting to make sense. They already know who they want prior to coming on the show. This exposes it.
Arguing with the girl, and I told her, I could pull out 100,000. If you look before the video, before the girl and Caleb popped her balloon, she raised her balloon like she was getting ready to, throw it on the floor, do something to that effect. But after I said how much money I had, then she was, she didn't pop. Okay, we matched. So after we went backstage, we were having a good conversation, and Chandler, the guy with the dreads that had the anime shirt,
suits off wearing like what they're comfortable with. So you tell me, like, what do you want your man to like? How do you want your man to dress? How do you want your man to look?
Would you dress like this on the first date with me?
Yes.
Yeah,
this is what I'm comfortable
why not?
with. Okay. This is who I am.
Hey, I love that. I respect that. It's just if like you dress like that on the first date, I would probably.
So then my next question is, how do you want your man to dress on the first date?
Bring back that dark skin man. That his
so
outfit.
Do with the open.
Oh,
yeah. My brother. Yeah. Okay.
Well, your brother can learn a few things.
Got it.
He approaches, right? And the only reason why I'm putting this out there because she got on live and tried to say, I wasn't handsome, she wasn't interested in me, and she tried to redirect the story, and that's not what happened.
Right.
Chandler comes up to her, and he's like, he pulls out his phone, he hands her his phone, and he asks for her number, her Instagram. Now,
so your brother is asking for her number and Instagram. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. After she done said clearly she wanted you, because we saw the clip, yet and still, he talked to her right in front of you. What did I say, y'all? What did I say? Man, oh man, oh man. You can't go by what women say. You can't go by what women say. You got to see the actions, and her actions led her to talk to his brother to get her information right in front of him. Wow. I tell you, man, you cannot make this up, y'all.
This is not my woman, you know, so I'm not going to address had it been my woman, you know, we would probably engage in a good old fisticuff right there.
Right.
He would have gotten into it with his brother. And hey, rightfully so, if that was his woman. Because it wasn't his woman, and they just talking, getting to know each other, she still, see, what I said earlier makes sense. She was going to have the brother and him fight for her. She wanted a man to fight for her. She wanted a man to fight for her. And what better way to pull a stunt, to pull the ultimate skit, to have these two guys go at it for her. Man, she already had on her mind how she gonna do her skit. Wow.
But since it's nothing, you know, I ain't gonna check her. What I do is a temperature check. Like, hey, you know, hey baby, is that what you doing? She told me, you know, she did it right in front of my face. Like, took his phone, got to typing her information in, and that's what I said. I'm not about to pour into you, and you're showing interest in front of my face. That's blatant disrespect.
Chandler,
Blatant
he said Chandler, the dude with the anime shirt.
Chandler's the one that ended up getting the young woman that they called Motherly.
The one that got the anime girl?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And my thing is, you know, you two had the opportunity to match with one another. So why would you wait till after the show, you know, to give him you should have matched with him and not me.
Yeah.
So after this transpired, after the show's done and over with, you know, I heard one of my fans sent me a video, and they were like, hey, look at this. And Esther was in the video, you know, saying she wouldn't date a man that's not financially stable.
Oh.
And right there, that was big red flag to me, because, you know, God forbid I pull a muscle in a gym or I get hurt at work. You know, that's why I said I want a woman with a career, a self-sufficient woman. What if I get injured? I need a woman that could take the torch to make sure that our foundation doesn't crumble. Because you can't build a home without a solid foundation.
Right. Dang, bro.
That's very true. I do agree with that.
Yeah, so she played herself, honestly. And I'm the type of man, you know, when I meet a woman, I'm a Cancer. You know, I walk into the situation like, okay, this is the last one. You know, everybody else gets ignored. It's me and you. Mm-hmm. And that's what she could have had a husband, really. Mm-hmm. She truly, honestly could have had one, but she played herself out.
Were they the only ones that exchanged information?
Like you stated earlier in your conversation with them, they wanted to control you. They can't control you. She knew she can't control you. She told your brother she wanted you because she thought she could get the best of you. And when she saw that you have your stuff together and you're not to be controlled, that's when she went back to your brother, because she assumedly think your brother is going to do whatever she tells him to do, and you won't do it. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you guys, can't go by what they say. You got to go by the actions. He got his answer. He dodged the bullet. Let's go.
Information, or did everybody in the cast?
No. So they said she gave Rhino her number, and she gave, it's supposed to be a guy on episode 12 that's coming out that she gave her as well.
So it's another episode that she came on, supposedly, and gave him Her number? Yo, man, I told y'all, man. I told y'all. Like I said in the comic book session, I was like, yo, he was doing his thing. He got the baddest chick. Even though he got the quote unquote baddest chick, I knew in my mind, I said, man, Rollo, you know it's by actions, right? Remember what you say. Now, I didn't say that in the comic book session. I said that in my mind. I said, oh, we're going to see by her actions. You got everybody bigging her up, you know, saying she the baddie, which she was, and she gonna do right, she gonna prove. I said, man, we will see. Because I don't let nothing pass me with these seasonable chicks.
It was in his thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so come on, man. Like, this was a joke to these women. They're looking for a helpmate. And then, okay, this is another thing.
Trying to get their numbers up, like you stated. They're trying to get to the bag. They don't care that you're successful. They don't care that you can do the things you want to do for them. They are trying to get that bag on the internet. It's all to it. And they're going to confine together, even though they can't stand each other, just because it's you they're talking about.
Thing that they did too. So they were all on live. They were talking about me, you know, painting their little false narrative or whatever.
I saw a little bit of
My
that.
fans direct me to the live. I get over there, they end the live.
Yeah.
End it. They say, oh, it's been an hour, it just shut down. Right? So when they come back to the live, they're trying to get me to come in there. I'm not getting in there. You know, I don't want to participate in that. Truth beats the brains out of falsehood 10 out of 10 times. So I'm not.
It's a trap. Yeah, it's a trap. It's a trap. They're going to say, oh, we didn't tell him to come on. He came on. He begged us for him to come on. You know, he ain't fall for the okie doke. Good catch.
I'm not going to indulge in any falsehood, you know? So when they get back on the live, they all get that. I found it very strange. And man, I'm super sharp. I'm talking super sharp, very observant. They get off the live. I'm sure they all coordinating this on the phone. Hey, you should ask me this question, right? So now they're on the live talking about, hey, if you could date this guy, you know, which guy would you talk to? Oh, I would date this guy from episode 4. She'll date this guy for episode 6. Now they're just putting it out there, you know, so these guys reach out to them. And they just did this for attention. And it's any guy that reaches out. Like any guy that reaches out to them, any type women like that, bro, y'all can have them. You're doing yourself a major disservice because after she get in them pockets and run your money dry, they go on to the next, man.
I agree. Let me rewind that. He is right. Woo-wee. Rewind that a little bit.
Back on the live, they all get that. I found it very strange. And man, I'm super sharp. I'm talking super sharp, very observant. They get off the live. I'm sure they all coordinating this on the phone. Hey, you should ask me this question, right? So now they're on the live talking about, hey, if you could date this guy, you know, which guy would you talk to? Oh, I would date this guy from episode 4. She'll date this guy for episode 6. Now they're just putting it out there, you know, so these guys reach out to them. And they just did this for attention. And it's any guy that reaches out. Like any guy that reaches out to them, any type women like that, bro, y'all can have them. You're doing yourself a major disservice because after she get in them pockets and run your money dry, they go on to the next, man. They on to the next.
He's right. He's right. What he's saying is wrong. What he's saying is wrong. You know, you do something for a woman, it's not enough. You don't have a certain number, like I stated. You're talking to somebody that dealt with a lot of ladies, lived with women, slept in the same bed with a woman, having arrangements. I've been through all what you could talk about. And I'm telling you, the minute you go through a froze, she already got somebody in the back of her phone and she's making that call, she's making that arrangement. Every woman you come across have other guys' numbers. What did he say? She got his brother number, she got a dude in the next episode number, and somebody behind the scenes. And this happens, guys, in 2024. If you meet a woman in particular, she has other guys in the range. He's just not available. So you just happen to slip through the cracks. She's willing to give you opportunity. That doesn't mean she's going to stay. When things get dry, somebody else comes out the blue. You will see the guy. I have seen the guys my exes dealt with after they moved on from me. And they thought I was going to get upset. I said, no. He's going to find out the hard way what you're about. Because if I tell him, he's going to be like, oh, you hating, you jealous because I'm hitting it from the back. You know, pause, she slobbing me off, whatever the case may be. No. I'm looking at you like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And the crazy part of it is I was talking to another woman right in front of my ex, and another guy was talking to her. And it was like hilarious because she was getting more focusing on what me and the other chick was talking about. Yet she's talking to another guy and went with the guy. I talked about that when I was in Florida. I'm going to leave it at that. You dig what I'm saying? I'm going to leave it at that. You know? So it happens. They always have somebody in the background when you go through a froze situation. So just take what he said, because I know from experience, I don't get mad at these ladies. I really don't. Like how most men find out, oh man, my wife is leaving me for another man. Dude, at this point in time, that dude did you a favor, because at the end of the day, while he committed adultery, he has to deal with the Most High with that. Yo, you at peace with yourself. Because, hey, sometimes that woman was committing adultery before you even met her. So it is what it is. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's go. Let's continue.
Dang, man. And this is why we made this point on one of the videos we did. I think we said it on the reunion. Mm-hmm. It's not Arlette Amuli. It's not her fault. Her show is going the way it's going. It's not BM's
fault either.
It's not BM's either. And it's also not Tippendale's, because we saw how he runs his Pop the Balloon. And he had a rant on one of his videos about the stuff that the show does. And one lady on there was like, after you get us a match, you should also be the ones that set us up on the date and make sure that we keep in contact. And I made this point. I said, why is...
See how they want to control? They want to control the host. They want to control the show. It doesn't matter if it's a woman hosting the show or definitely a man. Oh, you know they're going to get on him about it. You can't make this up, y'all. Let's go.
Is that the host responsibility? Yeah, why is that the host's job to guide y'all through the rest of y'all relationship, and y'all was the ones that picked each other?
If you're genuinely trying to find love or genuinely trying to match with somebody, it shouldn't be left up to the host on whether or not y'all go on a date.
And so now I'm even more irritated because, one, don't go on that show and get a match and then not even commit to the match, because now it makes Arlette's show look so unauthentic, and it's not even on her. And so now,
and she's the one who started to pop the balloon. Let's give her a round of applause. She done something that no other content creator did. Now everybody else is doing it. And I do believe a few of them that popped the balloon probably sent her email, say thank you for coming up with the idea, supported her different ways behind the scenes. I don't know if anybody came publicly and say, hey, Arnett put us on to this episode, because now it's in Jamaica, it's in other countries. It's starting to become worldwide. And it's good content for us content creators to talk about, because now you got content creators in certain spaces who would never thought about bringing people together to add on to what they got on the internet, has thought about doing it, like 200 Acres and a few others is thinking about doing that idea. So give her flowers. Give the woman her flowers because she is feeding other people, you know, feeding other people when it comes to resources and other things. Okay? Let's go.
Now we got you. You got a match on the show. Everybody's like, oh, I can't wait to see they catch up. But they didn't make the women on that show or the people, I don't even want to put it on women, but the contestants on that show made it so uncomfortable for other contestants on that show who were genuinely looking for love. It sucks to hear that you don't want to do the reunion. You don't want to do the
catch up and stuff.
That because there's a lot of people that are waiting for you to do the catch up. And it's just that sucks. That sucks.
I'm probably not gonna do it. It's just so much slander, and these women, they're not ready. Like, I'm ready. I could feel it in my bones. You know, I know exactly what I want and what.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta mute this. Hold on. Ain't that interesting? I'm outside the country. I had to take a call from the US. I had to take a call from the US, y'all. It is what it is. I got my international thing going on, so I got to be mindful. I'm not trying to use too many minutes. That was an important call. All right, so let's get back to the tape. Let's go.
But I'm looking for, and that's why I'm very direct in my approach, you know, because I'm here and I'm ready. These women, they not. So I mean, what else can we do? But I think Arlette is doing a phenomenal job at being a host. She is a spectacular host, one of the best hosts, if not the best host, on these dating show games. They certainly need to give her a Netflix or something, Shout out to Arlette, shout out to BM, everybody that made Love Quester, that made this possible. And may God continue to bless you all abundantly.
Right. We gonna keep it
also,
going.
I agree with that. Let's go.
Let me add this too. Me and Esther, we did not go on a date. I disqualified her immediately. I turned around. Kayla tried to put on Instagram that I was arguing and all of this. What am I gonna argue for? The only reason why I'm arguing, and I'm not even really arguing, I'm shutting it down again because I'm a man, I'm a king, don't talk over me. But we didn't go on a date, after I disqualified her, that was the end of that. They said that we were arguing, wasn't no argument, period. I left, me and my brother left, and that was the end of that. She has reached out back to me, I don't know.
Him and his brother left. So now he's saying that she reached out to him. Let's see what happens. Let's continue.
I don't know if you guys seen the screenshots or not. She lied to the internet, stating she had no interest in me whatsoever. So I had to upload the screenshot. She did send me her number.
Look what she said. Look what she said. You over me now, question? I'm happy that you found someone else. I love you, good note. She said, yes, I am. Trust me. Don't test me anymore. I'm not going to reach out to you. I'm happy again. You need to stop the bull ass. Why do you keep contacting me? The first thing you did when I left, I reached out. Yeah, he said it. He said it. My fault. He said it. Wait a minute. Hold. Now I'm confused. Is the blue him? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go to my Instagram quickly. Hold. How do I know the blue is you? Or let me check something. Now I'm confused. Hold on a second. Hold on. The blue is you. And okay, so the gray is her. Okay, so I was okay. Yeah. So she said, you over me now? I'm happy that you found someone else. I love you. Good luck, love. Yo, this is crazy. And he said, yes, I am. Trust me. Don't text me anymore. I'm not going to reach out to you. I'm happy again. You need to stop the BS. Why do you keep contacting me? The first thing you did when I left, I reach out. Never loved me, so quit telling yourself that if you did, you would have appreciated me that first time and did right by me, not cheated. I finally found someone that I don't go to worry. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm confused. Let me read this. I'm confused. I don't go out nights without you anymore. Don't have to argue. Not that I'm respected. I still think about you. I look at the picture of us having kids and see, wait a minute. I think the brown is him. Yeah, the brown is him. The brown has to be him. Yeah, the brown is him. Yeah, the brown is him. In the blue is her. Okay. Yeah. Let's continue, man. The screenshot party's still on his Instagram. Let's go.
And she was requesting me to call her. And I honestly, I was thinking about calling her because, you know, she's aware more than those other girls. She is God-fearing. And y'all do not penalize her. You know, she's a young woman. She's only 23. You know, she still has some more maturing to do. But after this experience,
I give him that. She's not used to certain situations. That's true. However, she did what she did. Even though he's right, don't go in on her. Don't give her that energy, even though she disrespected him somewhat right in front of his face and did this and that. She's not sure what she wants. That's why. Okay, let's continue.
So I told myself, you know, I would at least want to deal with a woman that's 25 or above, because I feel like, you know, at 25 years old, that's when you hit that maturity point. You know, but Esther really thought it was acceptable giving out her number. And I just had to upload the screenshot to show everybody, you know, I'm the truth, man. I'm not going to lie about nothing. The woman did reach out to me. She did want a second chance with me. I thought about it, but I honestly, I'm not doing those second chances and you showing signs of promiscuity. It's not going down.
And I want to say this. I'm going to make sure I put his socials throughout the whole video, because I also want him to start being able to grow his platform as well, because you have a great internet personality, even with just us talking. Even though we're rookies to this, I've been doing content creation for the past 7 years.
You ain't no rookie. Don't ever call yourself a rookie, Cortez. You ain't no rookie. You're both not. You and your wife is not inexperienced. You're experienced. Because I've been watching y'all for a minute. I just haven't commented before in your comment section. That's why when I say what I say in your comment section, I was being sincere. I said I'm going to do a response. You're not. No. You are not a rookie in this. You just want to hear both sides. Y'all do commentary on the skit community, different sectors of YouTube. Y'all speak your talk, and that's that. It is what it is. You're not a rookie. Don't ever down yourself being a rookie. You have enough experience. As time goes on, you get better at what you're doing. So you're not a rookie. You just humble. You got your first interview with somebody who's going to be very huge, and y'all going to be huge yourselves. So embrace it, because you're not a rookie.
So you have a good personality. You have a solid head on your shoulder, and there's going to be a lot of people that, if this doesn't blow up the way you're blowing up right now, I imagine that you're going to get more and more interviews from people. So I pray that I pray that God keeps putting you in the right platforms for you to get your voice out. So I'm gonna pray that for you. But I want people to go. If you guys, like I say every time when people try to bring Bible arguments up to me and all that, I say it every time on our videos. Don't take what people say for face value. Go do the research. If he has the screenshots and everything, I encourage everybody, go to his page, with 2 Y's _handsome. Go check out his page. Go look at the screenshots, because at the end of the day, evidence is key, right? So we're gonna move on to the next part, because I don't want to keep you here for too long, right?
Good.
You already said it a little bit. You touched on it a little bit earlier when you said that you don't treat women, you court them. What for the men, to give this lesson to the men, because I know as soon as you said it, I understood what it is. I'm married. A lot of the stuff that is said now, I understand it because I had to learn that the hard way. And people think they see us right here. They don't understand marriage is not just a happy moment. Marriage is a very, very long journey. So for the men that are in your situation, because for some reason, married men can't give advice to single men no more. Single men have to give the advice to single men, and married men can only talk to married men, because The second I say it, it's a.
What do you know? You're married.
Yeah, you're married. You're out of the game. You got lucky. Blah blah blah. And it's like, all right, that's cool. So we got lucky enough to have a man here that has his morals and he has his head on straight. What is the difference? And so you could teach the men out here. What is the difference between treating a woman and courting a woman?
Here we go.
What is the difference?
Here we go.
So nowadays, a lot of men tend to lead with their money because they don't possess any real attributes that a man should have, and trying to cultivate a woman to become his wife. So when I say treating a woman, like I said earlier before, giving her a little doggy biscuit, not a woman in general, but I'm saying a treat. I'm hypothetically speaking,
like a cheap gift or something.
Right.
Yeah.
A cheap gift, a cheap guy, a cheap skate, taking her out on cheap dates, just doing the bare minimum.
Right.
Me, I know to manifest a healthy relationship that you have to sacrifice, and sometimes you have to go above and beyond to assure your significant other that you love them wholeheartedly and you want this to work, especially when it comes to marriage, because you're making an oath, you're making a covenant with God as well, not just with your partner. So people take things like that lightly, and when I court a woman, my woman, I would say, when she comes home, I'm gonna have the bathwater ran. Courting a woman, you being romantic, you're being a gentleman.
Right.
How many times do you see out in public? Because we're out in public all day, every day. You don't see men holding the car, the door open for women anymore. When he gets out the car, does he walk around and open the door? That's what I do. Anytime you see me in public, anybody in the comments, if you ever see me in public, I promise you, I don't even walk inside of a gas station first. If it's a woman behind me, I'm going to open the door for her and let all the women and everybody walk inside. Right. I'm going to rub my woman's feet. I cook, I clean, I do everything that I can, to remove some of the burden off of my woman. I make sacrifices as well too.
Right.
And that's what being in a relationship and a healthy marriage is about. You have to compromise. Never compromise your values, but you have to compromise, things that are compromisable to make it work.
100%. 100%.
Okay. No, I get you.
That goes for women too.
Go ahead. Talk yourself.
It goes for women too. A lot of times women deem the subservient term or being submissive as like something just so horrible. Like, I don't want a man that's going to control me. I don't want a man that's going to manipulate me. That's not what submission and subservient means. It's when it's time to settle things down and it's time for the man to take lead, you follow. It's just simple as that.
Yes,
it's just that simple.
That any better.
It's just that simple. You don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it feel or seem as though you don't have a say because you're submissive, or you don't have an opinion, or you don't have your own thoughts and all that kind of stuff. No, when it's time for a man to lead, he needs to lead. When it's time for you to follow, you follow. Vice versa. Men could be submissive at times too. Men could be subservient at times too. It's not just geared towards women, but biblically, that is how God wants you to go.
Right. Husbands are to love their wives.
Because if you're going back and forth with your husband all the time, the kingdom is going to fall.
Right.
Because you're distracting the leader from watching all of his surroundings with the nonsense that you got going on.
Right.
And let me add on to that. Now, for those chess players out there, right? The queen is the deadliest piece on the chessboard. The queen sits in the back next to the king. The queen, she advises the king. That is her role. She advises him. But at the end of the day, the king's decree is the official order.
Right.
Now, no queen, no other piece. Life is a game. Life is really a game of chess. Maneuver strategically throughout life. The queen, she moves like no other piece on that board. Does she not? And she has the ability to what? get to the other side and conquer kingdoms.
Yeah.
Now, if the king gets captured, the game is over.
Woo! Wait! Let me rewind that again. Hold up. Then I'm going to let CJ up in a minute. Hold on. Let's rewind that a little bit. Hold on. Let's hear that. Then I'm going to let CJ up in a minute.
It's when it's time to settle things down and it's time for the man to take lead, you follow. It's just simple as that.
Yes,
it's just that simple.
Couldn't have said that any better.
It's just that simple. You don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it feel or seem as though you don't have a say because you're submissive, or you don't have an opinion, or you don't have your own thoughts and all that kind of stuff. No, when it's time for a man to lead, he needs to lead. When it's time for you to follow, you follow. Vice versa. Men could be submissive at times too. Men could be subservient at times too. It's not just geared towards women, but biblically, that is how God wants you to go.
Right. Husbands are to
because
love
if you're
their
going back
wives.
and forth with your husband all the time, the kingdom is gonna fall.
Right.
Because you're distracting the leader from watching all of his surroundings with the nonsense that you got going on.
Right.
And let me add on to that. Now, for those chess players out there, right? The queen is the deadliest piece on the chessboard.
Right.
You know, the queen sits in the back next to the king. You know, the queen, she advises the king. That is her role. She advises him. But at the end of the day, the king's decree is the official order.
Right.
Now, no queen, no other piece. Life is a game. Life is really a game of chess. You know, maneuver strategically throughout life. The queen, she moves like no other piece on that board. Does she not? And she has the ability to what? Get to the other side and conquer kingdoms.
Yeah.
Now, if the king gets captured, the game is over.
Right.
But the queen has to be willing to sacrifice herself in order to win the game, so the king does not get captured.
Right. And that's that it's funny because that analogy is so important to even us as Black people.
Yes.
That is a good factor because look at how we've been done throughout our whole history. They didn't the way you can corrupt a household, and the reason why the devil provoked Eve first before she provoked Adam is because the woman is the core of the household. The man is the one who builds the house, finds the location, protects it, but the woman is the one that holds it together. And that's why I feel like when women hear that submission thing, they go, "Oh, well, women are just powerless." No, we're giving you guys one of the most important roles to everything. You got to hold it down. You got to instruct our children the way that they should go. You have all the control over that. There's too many scenarios where you can look of a married man getting in an argument with his wife, and the children take the wife's side, and the husband get excluded. Women, you guys have so much power, and that's why, as Black people, we are men being raised by women because our fathers have been snatched up out, and because we don't have the fathers to teach us men how to carry ourselves like men, we have to rely on women who don't have their men to teach us to be men. And when we are raised by women to be men, we have become feminine men. And then when our feminine men interact with these women who have now had to become masculine, this is why we having this clash. And now no side wants to stay on their side and play their role. So the women is so powerful. You guys got to understand that when we say play your role, stay in your role, that doesn't mean you're number 2 or you're number 3.
But even to add to that, women, we do have power. We do have some type of control, but a lot of times women are putting themselves in positions where that power turns into control, manipulation, dictatorship, you know, all that kind of stuff. There's a difference between power and you being a dictator or a tyrant or, you know, a manipulator or being sneaky and all that kind of stuff.
All right, let me get whatchamacallit on. Let me get him on right now because this is going to get interesting. Okay, let me put him on the show. Let me put him on the show right now. All right, CJ, the link is available. The link is available. We waiting on you now. Because now it gets interesting. We're waiting on CJ to come on. All right, let's continue.
A lot of times that's what it's turning into. Power hungry.
Right.
I agree, and I just want to add to this. That was well said by the both of you. I love everything both of you just said. Black people, what changed? I used to indulge in tribalism, I would say.
Okay, I'm waiting for CJ. He said he used to indulge in tribalism. We're going to get to that, what he's expounding upon. We're going to wait on him to explain on that. I'm just waiting on CJ. Seems like he's not coming. He might be at the site. All right, let's continue.
You know, there was a particular time in my life where I thought I was a part of this group, and that wasn't me. You know, it took a lot for me to see that wasn't me. I had a greater purpose in life,
right?
A greater calling on myself. And I was reading a book while I was in bondage. You know, I was reading a book, and it was about COINTELPRO. You guys,
COINTELPRO. I think that he's here. All right, CJ, what's up?
What's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on with you? What's going on with the chat?
All right, so he's talking about COINTELPRO. We're gonna go from there. Then you're gonna speak on the other stuff. Let's get to this COINTELPRO, and I'm gonna explain what it really means. I want to hear what he has to say first.
Wait. I got a question, Rollo. Before we get into it, so the guy on the left, right? What's his name? Very handsome, whatever his name is. So because I saw many people's reaction over the weekend about that same incident with the pop up balloon. So with that girl that he took aside, she already had her mind set up on another man, and then it was all just a facade, basically.
Okay, so you remember the one with the dress was his brother, and she mentioned to the dress she wanted him, you know, with the off-button shirt. That was him. They brothers, they actual brothers, blood brothers.
The one with the dreads, right?
Yeah. So what happens is before the show starts, they're already seeing who the people that's coming on the show, and the women already made up their mind who they gonna want to supposedly get. That doesn't mean that they really wanted them at that particular time. That's what their mindset was on. So what happened was when he left the show, she got his brother talked with her, asked for the information. She gave his brother her contact information and number, and some other dude on the next season that's coming out real soon, and some other guys they was talking about. So like I stated to you guys before, just because you with somebody doesn't mean they was really with you. You just got to go by actions, not what she say, not what she does. Actions. Women could cook, women could clean, women could do a lot of things for you and get a lot of things done. That doesn't mean her actions is parallel to her actual saying. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I'm gonna say one thing to that, and then we could continue on with what we got going on. You gotta know too, women are players too, man. Because at the end of the day, like you gotta have your eyes set on you too, but they're gonna have like three, four ninjas on the side too. You feel me? Just to fill out, you know what I'm saying, like how they are and stuff like that. That's why when a woman likes you, like especially like the first time interaction, you gotta like, you know what I'm saying, play the cards right. You feel me? You can't just invest all your time into that one female. That's why I practice polygamy, bro. Like a female could like me one, you feel me? If I invest my time, I'm wasting my time. I want to get my other females on the side too. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna waste my time on one female if like other females are giving me attention, or like, you know what I mean, like they're gonna do what I gotta do. And then if I invest that one time on that female, and I expect her to do what you got to do, cook, clean, and all that, and then she all talk. She ain't about no action. So, you know what I mean? That's why you shouldn't. Even the Bible talks about don't give all your strength to a woman. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying on that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's continue.
I'm not gonna dive too deep in it because I'm very passionate about these topics and I will talk for 2 hours. Google COINTELPRO, counterintelligence program created by J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover is Black Esau. The thing was called Federal Black Investigation. J. Edgar Hoover was on the it culture side of things, just like many so-called black folks are these days. However, outside of that, he was funded by Black Esau. He was not a so-called white man. Look at the features. You can't go by, because he's pale and this. No, I don't go by features. I go by the fruit and the way he went about things and how you just can't have the Gentiles infiltrate the movements that was going on at that time. You had a lot of Black Esau's in that movement. Just like the CIA was counterpart from the FBI by a so-called black man. Look it up. Now I ask you this question, CJ. When you look at the picture of J. Edgar Hoover, you don't see Black Esau in him?
Let me look him up. Hold on.
Go ahead.
You say J. Edgar Hoover?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Black Esau. Yeah, that is Black Esau. That does look like a white man.
He looks like a so-called white man. He's not a so-called white man.
Yeah, and when he was younger, he looked white, but when he got a little older, he got a little bit more darker, which he's light skinned. But yeah, he's definitely Black Esau. He's definitely not like he's not definitely Jacobs. Because you could look at his nose, you know what? Not to be a little like prejudiced here or anything, but you could tell like that he has a very sharp nose, and most Esau people
Do you
have.
know what prejudice is? Prejudged. That's what it means. When you split the word, it means prejudged. That means you prejudging somebody who they are, and they're not who they are. That's what prejudice means. See, I just had to give y'all awareness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you say certain words, you have to elaborate. Prejudged. That's the actual word, not prejudice. They took out the prejudged. The actual word is prejudged, meaning I'm justified to say you are that person because I can see right through you. Then they use the prejudice as an admirable tactic, deceiver. But the actual word is prejudged.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. You learn something new every day. Okay. No worries. But yeah.
That's to the Lord. That's the Lord.
But yeah, he's definitely whatchamacallit, white Black Esau for sure.
All right, let's continue what he's gonna say about this.
FBI director used, and created to oppress us black people. Just Google it, learn about it, and that's what changed me. So if y'all want to talk about, all this stuff I did in the past, that I don't do that no more. Read about COINTELPRO, man. It might change your life.
Yeah. Right. And like
you're talking about the things he did in the streets and how it affected people he dealt with back then, and he's not that same person. Just like many of us was involved in certain things, and people always love to bring it up because they want to. That's what they deem you as, not who you are today. You get what I'm saying? And so I knew of Black Esau. I would say it came to my mind back in 2004. If you were to tell so-called black people about Black Esau 2004, they will look at you like you're crazy, even to this day. Now, there's other people that have talked about it before I came. It's just that the Most High used me to talk about it on the internet. I was the first one to talk about it on the internet. Then you have other people who I don't socialize with or don't deal with no more have talked about it. And then you have these Pharisees of Israel, the Pharisees of the Israelites, who most of them were majority of Black Esau, by the way, the Pharisees of sorcery. And then some of Jacob who wanted to get along with Esau to go against the brother like we see today. Going to say that Esau, so-called, I knew Esau was not a so-called white man after 2004. I just knew it. And I was not in the truth. I just knew. I said, yo, just because these people look like me doesn't mean they not of me.
Yeah, but ain't Esau in the Bible? His description was he had ginger hair, he had like freckles and stuff like that.
You know they could twist the words, right?
I can't hear you. What you said, bro?
You know they could twist the words because they take out words and add words.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like Esau's like the first appearance of Esau in the Bible, they say he had ginger hair, he had discrepancies, which is like he had freckles and stuff, and then but we all like
about people had freckles, yeah.
So like, and then what we think of like people with ginger hair, we're gonna think like the Irish people, the people like you know what I'm saying, the people like like Irish people like because because he was very hairy and he had like all ginger and stuff like that. So people's appearance of that, people's gonna think like people like back then because Irish people they did have ginger hair and like there were some black Esau's in Irish, but the first origin
There's a
of
lot
Irish,
of Esau's of Scotland during the King James time.
yeah,
There's a lot of
Scotland, yeah.
speculation that King James may be Esau. I don't know if he is or not. There's speculation, because he was a ruler at the time. Then
No, King James was
you had Ireland, you had Scotland. They named the name something different. They reversed the name. So we're gonna go with modern terms: Ireland, Scotland, Italy, Morocco. Because there's a lot of Moroccans that's Esau. I've come across recently. Then you have Europe, Spain,
yeah.
Russia. There's a lot of black Esau's. So, yeah. Why do you think some of these European women have a certain physique that brothers go crazy over?
Yeah, that's true.
Because like Esau, he spread his seeds with the Gentiles.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But King James, he was a melanated man, bro. But the false accusation against him was people thought he was a Freemason, but he was never a Freemason because Freemason back in that time never existed around that time. It was after he reigned and stuff, after he ruled, and that's when Freemason came about.
Yeah, just like Black Caesar, you got so-called black, what you gonna call it, Christopher Columbus, then John Hanson, the first president, so-called black president. I mean, come on, the list goes on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could continue, bro. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like a lot of people are gonna start reaching out to you. So hopefully you get a platform or you build your own platform up so you can start, because there's a lot of knowledge that you got that a lot of people don't understand. What does the Bible say? That if you could just save one soul, the angels will rejoice. Right? Yeah. That's the value of one person.
That's a true statement. That is scripture, and that is true. Let's continue.
One man can put 1,000 to flight. Two can put 10,000. Right? So it's good that there's people with this mindset that at the end of the day, I want black people to succeed more than I want every other race of people to succeed. And it don't mean I dislike every other race of people. I don't know why supporting your race got to immediately become you hate every other race. It's just I grew up in the struggle. I grew up in all that. I grew up listening to gunshots, having to lay on the bathroom floor because there's bullets flying everywhere. I grew up with all that.
Not only that, it's like where we haven't developed ourselves as a community and as a culture. We're too busy putting all of our eggs into other people's baskets while our basket is still empty.
Right.
Here's the reason why, with respect to her, his wife. The reason for that is because our forefathers wanted to be evil, and we have to change our ways. We have to be the ones to do it. We have to be the ones to sacrifice for the future generation in order to get this correct. The thing is, we are in a rebellious time such as never before. And there's a lot of people that look like us that ain't of us. Until we get that corrected, then we could deal with the other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not where you come from, it's where you at right now. And where you're at is doing something very positive, like this young man is doing something positive. What's happening, CJ, is like most women need to call other women out a lot more. I mean, the men is doing it to an extent, yet it's more better when a woman does it because a woman knows a woman, her way of doing things, because they have both of those entities in them. Because, like the scripture says, it's not one righteous woman. It's not one righteous woman. It hasn't been a righteous woman.
Yeah, the Bible say that Bible definitely depicted the whole thing. But I want to say that to continue argument, bro. Because you got to know women are followers too, man. Women flock to another woman. You feel me? But like during that show, if you see, like, you feel me, when they all pop that balloon to that one guy on the left, you feel me? Even though it's all scripted, I believe, and stuff like that. You see how all that women, you feel me, they were like following each other except for the one in the black. It just shows you that women don't matter if you're a good brother, this and that. If one female don't like you and they spread, because you know female, they talk a lot, man. So at the end of the day, like when they spread out messages and all of that, they're gonna believe that woman. You feel me? I do believe, like you said, like we should have more female content creators or female like in talking points to call out the woman BS. Because man, us man, we're gonna be on, we're gonna be blunt as possible. You feel me? We're gonna call out the BS when we need to, but like you said, it's better that a woman do it because you feel me. They're both entities at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, they understand each other's personalities and their roots. So yeah.
Right.
We still got we have a lot of rebuilding and a lot of repairing to do as Black people. So when we say we support Black businesses or we support this, we support everything Black, it's because nobody else is gonna do it for us.
Right. Right.
Now here's the thing with that. The problem is not us supporting each other. The problem is when we do support each other, we do the FBI on each other. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Let's not play this game. When we support each other, we do the FBI on each other. We have seen it throughout YouTube. We FBI each other. Tell me if I'm lying, CJ.
You mean like snitch on each other or just
No. We FBI each other, meaning we investigate each other of who got this, why you got it, why I can't have it, and then we cement that person from having it. We FBI each other. We espionage each other. Let's not play this game.
No, that's true. Our own race do that, yeah.
Nobody put a gun to our head. Nobody espionages. Our minds operate like that for the most part. Oh, now you made it to this place. Why I can't have the place you have? And the person can have a bigger house, more cars, and they see you get your family out or get yourself out your situation. Oh, now, we're gonna investigate. We're gonna do FBI on you. We're gonna send women your way. We're gonna send certain people your way to destroy what you have. We destroy each other before we get to the serious money.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. I can't disagree with it. And that's why most of our downfall is from our other race. That's why you shouldn't be mingling with certain people, especially like people that don't want to see you win. So at the end of the day, yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
The other people, there's people of other ethnicities that will support your establishment just as quick. Now I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. There's people that don't look like you. If you speak in truth, they're going to support you heavy. Not because they got it, because they want to. Listen, I'm going to say this. Y'all can take it whatever you want to take it respectfully. The Gentiles want to get into the kingdom more than our people want to get into the kingdom.
Yeah.
Just by the actions, just by how we do each other. You can't tell me I'm lying. Even
No,
though you know who over there is not us. They have dietary. They have their own business. They know how to work together and put their differences to the side. That's why they running the show. We can't deny that. You can't
no.
deny that.
You read my mind, bro. I was just about to talk about those people in so-called Israel. Those people that say they're.
Well, I don't want to say that because we're on policy. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, but yeah. Those people in other places that we.
Let's be respectful. We know how to speak in code. So those people over there, it's not being afraid. It's just business because they run business certain way. You got to learn how to decode them. They know we're talking about them. They know how to do things without having any interference. We love to have interference.
But I got a question to that, Raul. You probably know more than me on that subject. Okay, the ways how they copying are because we're supposed to be doing the same ways as they're doing. Okay, are they able to get to the kingdom by doing what they did? Like, you feel me? Because you know how they do a lot of things that we supposed to be doing over there. You think they will get to the kingdom?
Like I stated, they want to be in the kingdom just as much as we do. The thing is, Christ and the Most High did not change. He said it was for us. And they ought to draft into the kingdom through us.
Oh, okay. So even if they do what they did, most of them won't be in the kingdom, basically.
If they're not taking care of the true Israelites, they're not going to go into the kingdom.
Okay.
However, if you think about it, they be around more of the Caribbean, more of the island people. They deal with them more than Judah. If you notice their pattern, if you look at certain movies in certain places, like in New York, they're around the Caribbean people. Certain parts of Miami, they're around the Caribbean people. They do business with Caribbean people. I have seen it personally. Some of them intermingle with the Caribbean people. This is not me just speaking out of thin air. This is a fact. Go look at the old New York Crown Heights. Crown Heights is a mixture of them and so-called Caribbean people. They live right in the same building, doing business, making money. They don't deal with Judah too much. Now they're starting to deal with Judah because Judah's supposed to be the head tribe, and that's where Christ comes from.
Yeah.
They deal with the other tribes for the most part. Tell me if I'm lying.
I haven't seen them in my own eyes firsthand, but I do recall, like, in the history books, they did migrate to New York in the early 1900s. They did mingle with the Caribbean people because so-called Levites live in New York, and also Benjamin.
Yeah.
And then also you did have some Italian people mingle to New York as well, so they all mingled in one setting. So yeah.
There you go. All right, let's continue.
Yes.
But we done got on some Hotep, some Hebrew Israelite type energy. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on.
They mention it, the Hotep and Hebrew Israelite community. Now, well, I'm not affiliated with people that's religious. I just know the truth. CJ knows the truth. We're gonna leave it at that. He can speak for himself. I don't deal with cliques and groups and stuff like that. I know, thanks to them, the Most High revealed through them of me knowing who I was. Other than that, let's continue.
Got two more questions, and in the last little section, you can just talk your talk, get everything off your chest. Your catchphrase, your last one, disqualified. The disqualified catchphrase.
Yeah.
Break it down for these folks so that they can understand disqualified.
Hey, when I say disqualified, that means this woman should not be in no contact whatsoever. You cancel her immediately. If there is any red flags, I really have an intuition and I can just feel it. If you get that red flag, man, don't entertain it. Say to yourself, there is a woman, there is a man out there for you. Get in tune with your spirituality. Do something different. Do something spontaneous, something you haven't did before. You be content with being by yourself. You don't have to go out every weekend. You know, go do something different.
Don't force the situation, is what he's saying. Too many people are forcing situations, and that's not of the Most High. The Most High doesn't force us to do things. He gave us the blueprint. He gave us the free will. Either you're going to do it or you're going to deal with the consequences. That's it. You can't force things. People love to force things. And what I mean by forcing, I trick you into doing something you don't want to do. Just like taking boom, 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 boom. If you don't take it, you're not making money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't force it. Mandate doesn't mean force. People say mandate means force. No, mandate does not mean force. They gave you an option. Just like Eve had an option. Should I bear fruit with the Debo and have my husband agree to the Debo ways? Or I just don't do it. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
If I shoot somebody, did somebody tell me to shoot the person? Somebody can say, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. I have a mind of my own if I don't want to shoot him or not.
Yeah, it's in your own free will.
We all make choices. We have to deal with them. Let's continue.
Read a book. Learn something. Do something productive. You know, go help somebody. If you're in a position of power, go help somebody. Right. But don't give your time to a disqualified person.
Don't give your time to a disqualified person, meaning, like I stated, I'm not dealing with folks no more who you want to help and don't do nothing with your help. You can help so-called your people. The thing is, do they want to help themselves? And when you see they don't want to help themselves, you have to pull back and let them be. Let me know if I'm wrong or not.
No, you ain't wrong. You're not wrong in that subject in that regard. Because there's multiple people that regarding to your statement that do what they do, and then they blame others, and like they try to come into your life like a parasite just to leash off you. So you definitely ain't wrong in that regard.
Person that is going to waste your time, they're going to play games, they're going to lead you on. Man, I don't have time for that. I'm not taking you on a date. I'm not doing none of that. If you're about me, we can go to the moon and back if you want to.
Right.
You know, but if you're interested in other people, we can't get as far as I can throw you.
Mm-hmm. Right. That was well put.
No,
okay.
It is.
All right. Last question, and I feel like this is the one where me and her gonna really take a back seat and put you on the podium,
Here
put
we
you
go.
on the grand stage, right? To talk your talk. What do people have the misconception about you overall? Go ahead, talk your talk.
People have the misconception of me that I'm this aggressive woman beater. I'm this just disrespectful guy, and that's not the case. You know, I can get aggressive, but that would only be, you know, defending me or you in that type of setting. I don't have any intentions on hurting any woman or man. God forbid I ever have to do that to anybody or get put in a position where I have to. I'm a ton of fun, you know, I'm intelligent, I love to work out, you know, I love children, you know, children are innocent and blameless in my eyes. So anybody that knows me will tell you, know, if there's kids around, I'll buy them ice cream. I will, you know, put my life on the line for a child.
Right.
Certain things that's not meant to be told to the public, respectfully to this young man. That's good that you're doing stuff for the young people. The reason why I say that respectfully is because what happens is, you could correct me, CJ, is when you say certain things you have done for people, other people is going to take it as you a know-it-all. I have been told that many times. You get what I'm saying? And I don't take that serious. At the same time, I realize I will not tell everybody what I do for children or for certain people because they're going to say you're a know-it-all, you a sellout, you ain't do it for me, why you doing it for this person? I get why he's saying it. At the same time, as he will learn with this internet, you could do everything right for people. Make one mistake, see what happens.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, you're right in that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right in that regard. I'm not totally discrediting like what you're saying. I mean, he just sounds like a blunt person. I feel like he's not being a know-it-all at that point. I just feel like he just expressing
No,
who he
not
is.
him. As time, you know how this goes.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
know.
when I said some things that came to fruition. The fire in every state except Florida. I said Florida would be number one when I moved to Florida. I talked about when we had the eclipse, the polar shift would change. People will change. People won't be the same. It happened. It came to fruition. I talked about the it culture coming in, taking over the children and doing different things. We're seeing it in various places. I talked about the manosphere falling in 2019. I talked about the bloom before 2020. The sports were closed down. There was a lot of things I said that came to fruition. So what I'm saying is he's not saying anything wrong. People gonna take that with a different narrative. You know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I'm
You're
just
not looking at he's just doing right for the kids, not.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. I'm just saying like I just feel like he's being his own person. You feel me? But yeah,
Right.
but definitely over time when he gets settled in and learning the environment, how the internet works, he would definitely try to take that into consideration and try to improve and try to do what he has to do. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not criticizing you, young man. I don't want you to think I'm criticizing you. I'm just seasoned in this YouTube, and I know how this goes. Because one thing I learned is the more good you do, the more information they want to look at you of what you did in your past, and and I know how you are because we all been through it. So I'm just being real. I don't kiss no one's behind. Let's make it clear. CJ and everybody knows I don't kiss no one's behind. I don't kiss no one's behind on YouTube.
You don't.
At the same time, just know when you get into this field, because I know you want to get into this field, you're going to be very successful. Do what you do privately with people. The people that see it, let them be the ones to tell it. Would you agree with that, CJ? Let them be the ones to say, yo, like how Zach said, yo, I saw Rollo's receipts. I could vouch for that. He was making that. He ain't lying. Let the people vouch for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you definitely want to have your own supporters support you in any giveaway, especially in any given situation. So yeah, I definitely agree.
Let them be the ones to say, yo, I seen it. I was with him. Yeah, he did that. Yep.
Yeah, because you could say all you want. It is. You could say all you want, but like at the end of the day, like your 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 thing that you're saying and like your whatever the case may be may not care for their eyes. They don't see what's going on and to see put their own judgment on the line. That's no judgment regarding.
You're breaking up.
Can you see? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, you gotta have your supporters be their own people. You can't have your supporters be blindly. You know how people be blind, say, "Oh, I love this person," and they don't care what they do. You know what I mean? Which is love too, but if you see the facts, you got to be your own man at the end of the day. So I get what you're saying for sure. You have to have your own supporters vouch for you.
Yeah, let's continue.
Right, even if it wasn't mine, because I just know, God has something great in store for me. So I'm not no coward. I handle my responsibilities despite, whatever the internet says. Just keep spreading the hatred, keep spreading the love. Those that support me, man, I really genuine love y'all. I have a lot of love for y'all. I appreciate it. Y'all are like family, man. If you see me in public, say hello. Don't be afraid to approach me. Don't think, I'm trying to hurt anybody. And the You're Not Qualified t-shirts are coming soon. Follow me at Very Handsome, Very with 2 Y's. And may God continue to bless everybody that watched this.
Yes, sir. All right. Those are all the questions we got. Is there anything else you want to say? You got anything up and coming out? You got anything, people, what should people be looking out for if they want to get more of the Very Handsome content? What do you think people should be doing?
Right now, just be looking out for these t-shirts. You're Not Qualified, and these You Did Me a Favor t-shirts. I'm working on them. We're about to drop the pre-order in about a week or so.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm trying to stay out the public eye and just keep plumbing and keep working, staying positive.
You're going to be in the public eye for a long time. It's no getting around it. Even when I don't want to be dealing with people, what happens? Say the word, CJ.
What you say? You're breaking up.
It's like he said, I don't want to be in the public eye. I get what he's saying. I don't want to be dealing with people like that. What happens when you don't want to deal with people? What tends to happen?
People tend to flock to you, man. They tend to try to leash off you and stuff.
Tell me why I leave. Now people from the States is calling me. I ain't gonna discuss what it is. And I'm like, all right. Sag told me, just have your international minutes ready. Because, outside of family is one thing. Just, you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, wait, I'm not even in the States. Y'all calling me now?
But that's how it be, man. That's how you it's just funny how people are. Like, you could not pay, like, you could give people all the attention in the world and they ignore you, but the minute that you ignore them and you mind your business, you do what you got to do, that's when they flock to you. That's how it is, man. That's why you just have to stay that route, just mind your business, just give certain energy to certain people that needs it.
No, it was an important call. It was just how I decided not to think about that situation per se. I'm not going to get into what it is, and I'm not even in the country. That's why I paused the show and put it on mute, because I knew I said, oh yeah, that number is familiar. I have to pick up this phone call. And I was like, okay, they're gonna let me know what's up. I said when it gets to that, I'll come back. I'm not coming back just because, oh, they called, let me get it back on the flight and go back to the States. You get what I'm saying? No. Don't jump. Don't jump with the call, because it could be, not saying the skit, it could be the checking your temperature, how you respond to what's going on. And I'm just cool with it. I'm like, whatever happens, happens. I'm just outside the country. I'm not doing those. I said I wasn't going to go on the internet for a while. I had to talk about this. The Lord kept saying, you want to talk about it. You have to talk about it. Because watch everybody else talk about it. I'm not going to say names. They're going to talk about it. They're going to be like, well, oh God, I'll have people send it to me. BS.
But they already been talking about it. The people that the people that I already know, but like they already been talking about it. They already did a reaction, I think yesterday about it. So
I'm talking about this one.
Yeah, that one certain person that was with you during that time did a reaction on it yesterday, and then he said his points about it, but he didn't cover the full points that you're covering. You're covering like the after scenes to it, like how this was just all played out, a facade. I didn't know, because I thought like the one he with the black dress, I thought they were both like, you feel me, messing with each other. It is what it is. But the after
go to the video, go to her video, and you're gonna see my comment what I said. Now I didn't say don't go by the actions. I just knew by the actions. I said, wait a minute, because he mentioned it. She looked like she was going to pop a balloon. He didn't care. The thing that caught me was when his brother came on, when they showed the brother part, and she was talking about his brother. So they talked behind the scenes before they even start the show.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that, because when other people were reacting to it, and then that person, for example, that I watched, then was reacting to it. I thought I was like, all right, like you feel me? They were messing with, because I should have known better too. Because we're living in the internet age. Everything is a scripted thing, bro. Like, but
I'm
I
not
can't.
going to say it's scripted in terms of them talking because that's authentic. Because you had a woman said that they popped their balloon earlier, and the host would be like, "Keep your balloon." A lot of the stuff is edited. You could tell it's edited.
Yeah, it's edited. Yeah, 100%. But that's scripted as well too, because at the end of the day, it's not showing the full scenery of like things came about. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I just feel like if she already knows who she really wants, and then at the end of the day, you just said like she has even he said the one on the left, he was saying like, oh, she already had eyes on other people on the other seasons that's about to come out. Like what? Like in my opinion, I'm like, why in the world that watching? Why in the world am I gonna watch a Papa Balloon show if they already know what they want? So I don't know, man.
Everybody knows what's going on because there's certain insiders. My thing is this: I'm supporting the sister. I want her to do well
Yeah, she's gonna
because
get hella money. Hell yeah, she's gonna get hella money for this because this is creative idea. Papa Balloon. No one
she
ever.
started that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
giving her her flowers, fam. She
yeah,
started that.
yeah. She's gonna. I'm pretty sure a lot of. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of content creators is gonna thrive with that idea, and that she is gonna get a lot of sponsors, a lot of. She's gonna get her bag for sure, man. Because a lot of people they're not really thinking about it because you see 20v1, 20 women versus one rapper, 20 men versus one
They doing a popular balloon show too.
yeah, exactly. You feel me? So like it all comes into that one whole tree. It's like a mountain climb tree. So it's gonna build more rapport to like basically give more ideas regarding that popular balloon. So
It's similar to the skit community, except these people come on to make. If you come on that show and you're not getting no business, something wrong with you. Look at the all the bad publicity he's getting from the women. It's going to bring more people to his thing, more support, and more revenue. He's capitalizing. I respect that.
yeah, he is. Yeah, most definitely he's.
If you don't get nobody, you don't get nobody. You're gonna have more ears to you now because he's saying he got more ears. Be careful what you wish for. I always say that.
Yeah.
So you getting it now. Wherever you go, you once you're on World Star. Let me tell you something. Let's keep it real. World Star is what World Star is. Once you get on World Star like KS did, when KS got on with that thing with the chick,
yeah,
KS blew up. Let's keep it real. You go on World Star, it's like we know it's low tier in terms of certain people's standards. Yet the 1% use that and will raise your stuff up. Oh yeah.
But I got a question. Doesn't the power?
He's gonna be if he hasn't been approached by them now, he's gonna be approached by them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because once you put your face on the internet and it's viral, a lot of people's gonna flock to you and try to see what you're about. So you're absolutely right. But I got a question in that regard. Doesn't the powers that be control the algorithm to know to pull out what is there? Like, what I mean is, does the powers that be control the algorithm of like
The
certain
fallen
types of
ones
content?
do. The fallen ones do. The thing is, they looks like the regular, just like the regular angels. If they mess with your thing, they be judged for that. They have to let you go through, even though they don't want to. They have to deal with the judgment too.
Oh, okay, I got you. So you have to. Or so if you're on the internet and you say something that's out of line that they don't like, they have to let you in. Like they're gonna give you troubles. Like they would like try to like put out.
They go through spiritual law just like we do. Yes.
Okay, I got you. All right, that makes sense.
Why you think they had a certain time with the thing, and they had to open back up the earth? Because now it was affecting their business.
Yeah, because they was not making money because everything was shut down.
And now people was focusing on them more.
Oh, and then
If I'm lying?
Well, you was breaking up the last part. What you saying, bro?
Everybody was focusing on them, even people in the hood that supposedly can't read have enough sense to know what's going on. Think about it.
Oh yeah, because people were saying like conspiracy theories regarding that. Yeah, that's true.
So by spiritual law, they had to open up and get people to dumb themselves down again. Because everybody, for the most part, even the people that live in the streets, you heard reports of them saying things that somebody that deals with them directly was saying. Come on, I mean, it's spiritual laws, man. Even with presidency and non-presidency, it's spiritual laws. This is
Yeah,
the
that's,
Lord. This is the Lord that you know. I, the Lord, control evil and good. I, the Lord, do all these things.
yeah, that's
And
true.
like the brother said, like Chad said, it's up to the Lord if he want his channel to blow up or not. Just like how our brother Mark the Messenger, it was his time. He did whatever he did. They had to blow his channel up. You got a lot of Israelites jealous of him for whatever reason, not knowing that that was his Lord's doing for his channel to blow up. You don't know why. The Lord sets up high, sets up low.
Yeah, that's
Some
true.
people can't deal with certain energies. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't
Because
even deal with the every situation you're in right now. How can you deal with people that's been doing it for a long time?
yeah, that's true. And then regarding that Mark the Messenger, if it wasn't for him, certain Israelites wouldn't know who they are anyways. You feel me? It was part of the law. It was part of God's way of using him to do what he has to do to open other people's eyes up because he had it. Yeah, exactly. The powers that be don't want that to happen because the powers that be wants all of us to be dumbed down, docile, and not think for ourselves. But you have to the spiritual laws and everything that's already set. You have to let people know what you got going on because at the end of the day, if you don't let people know what you got going on, you're gonna be answering to what the Most High is gonna judge you for because you reap what you sow. So at the
There
end of
you
the day,
go.
have to you have to you have to let you have to let people know. You have to. You can't let people be blind all the time. You can't. You have to give people a chance to listen. If that person choose not to listen, that's their problem. But everyone has to know.
Just think about this. I've been denied in Florida by cars, right? Except one time because I put down a certain percentage.
Yeah.
If they would have did what they did, they would have blew up. The companies would have blown up. Notice when they didn't do right by me and others who needed a car. Now what's happening to the car dealerships? They're losing a lot of money. And guess what they've been doing? Sending me emails. Oh, we got this deal, that deal. Wait. You denied me. Keep that same energy. You denied me. Now the spiritual law is hitting them for not doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Most of these car dealerships they're not making money because you know why? Because people don't have money, man. It's you could say inflation, all this and that, but a lot of people, I would say like
People that don't have money, they giving the cars to because they get double when they repo and your thing go up.
yeah, that's true, but it's gonna yeah, that's true. And then
No, that is true.
no, that's what I'm saying. You're right about that. I'm just saying like to add more factual into your statement. I'm just saying that the reason why they give the people that don't have money cars because they know they're not gonna pay the car on time, and just like you said, they get like a compensation of when they sell the car, and also it's gonna make that person be in debt more. So yeah,
And the person that sold you the car gets compensation and
yeah,
plus the bank
yeah, that's
interest.
yeah, that's true.
So why would they sell it to me if I got my stuff together? That's like he got his stuff together. What woman is going to want a man to have his stuff together? Because let's keep it real. When you got your stuff together as a man, before, let's say you don't have your stuff together, that's when you get the most woman. When you don't have your stuff together, bro, if any man lied to me, I don't want to talk to him. When you didn't have your stuff together, I mean, not being broke. You didn't have your stuff together, but you have certain things going on, you could get any woman in the street coming to you.
Yeah, that's
The minute you start becoming more successful and more completed, where they at? You can't
yeah.
find one to come to you.
Yeah, but you got to think about too. When the women's nature is they want to control you. That's why they want you when you're on your lowest point, or like you feel me, or like you don't have your stuff together because they want an entry point of getting into your life. They want to come into your life to be a leash and to be a parasite to like say, you know what I'm saying? All right, let me leech onto this brother. Let me try to control him. You feel me? When it's time coming, like you feel me? When he blows up, she wants to get that money. You feel me? That's why you see most women they be with like low key bums. You feel me? At first, you feel me? Like Desi Banks. You feel me? When before he was blowing up, he had his baby mama, all these stuff going on. It was until he was a millionaire that's when people try to leech onto him back. People, the old people that he was messing with. You feel me? So at the end of the day, that's how women work. Women wants to control you. When you don't let women control you, that's when they don't want you. But
Yep.
that's why there's a few, but none, and to say to least that, you know what I mean, like that want to be with you because like I said, there's only few good girls far in between, but you have to, you know what I'm saying, choose wisely, basically.
All right, let's continue because it's almost over.
Positive, reach out to me. I'll reach out back. If you want to get me on your platform to be heard, I'll definitely do that. I'm also thinking about doing some like some confidence coaching. A lot of women, I want women to understand out there that a lot of men do not possess confidence out there. When you see these men out in public and they're looking at you, they probably want to talk to you, but he doesn't have that confidence in him to approach you. So I want to come up with some type of program where I can help men, be more confident in their approach with women and not care, or fear rejection.
Shout out to Charleston White for doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I like what he's saying, but
Yeah, him too. Yeah.
no, I agree with you saying, Rollo. Yeah, 100% respect what you saying to that regard. I'm gonna add to his talking point. Okay, that's good what he's doing, you feel me? But I just feel like it's up to the man himself if he wants to take charge and have more confidence. I feel like the reason why the most men in America they're not really confident or they don't really try to approach women, there's many reasons. Social media, people watching corn, all this going on, you feel me? I just feel like most men they need to like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying. I'm not trying to say like you feel me. Like I ain't perfect. I do have my moments here and there. You feel me? In the past when I used to do those things and stuff like that. But thankfully to the Lord, you feel me? He delivered me and stuff like that in that regard. But I just feel like at the end of the day, it's entirely up to men if they wanted to change their ways and stuff because you could give the horse the water if they don't choose to drink it. That's like you can't really save it at that point. So I'm just gonna say in that regard. But I like what he's doing right now. Like try to help men getting confidence. But I just feel like depending on like certain things that they deal with, certain vices, it's like certain things like certain demons that they're dealing with, they have to like fight their own battles themselves. But it's good to lend a helping hand to like try to help the brothers that's in need of gaining confidence and stuff.
Breaking news. I go to my Instagram and somebody told me to go to my Instagram. So it seems like it's getting to the other sectors now. The women's side of YouTube. They're going to speak on it. Guy goes viral for his way of handling a rejection. His ex speak out. Now, apparently his ex is speaking out. The guy that we're speaking of, his ex is speaking out. What did I talk about before?
Where his ex speaked out?
According to this chick on YouTube.
What?
That's following on Instagram.
That's crazy.
Now, here come the exes. Just like my exes. I'm not gonna say names. Use my clips of my videos I don't have up no more. You know what I'm saying? They thought that you can't find out. Yo, man, it's so yeah, of course, it's gonna come. Yeah. I want to find who she is, just not because you know how this goes, man.
Yeah, you gotta expect the unexpected from these broads, yeah, for sure. But that's why you don't let that get to you, man. You just
Nah, he ain't gonna let that get to him.
Yeah, man.
He did say, hold on, he did say in the video that he did her wrong, he was promiscuous. He did say that. I don't know if you heard the early part of it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this: men are supposed to be they supposed to be where I say that where I can't say it right now, but
promiscuous, but he did it in a way of hurting her.
Okay, and that to be okay. That sounds okay. That sounds unjustified for sure.
I just want to hear, is she going to go into debt because he ain't say her name. He just spoke. Well, she decided to come on. Why would you put yourself on the internet? Don't know. That's her decision. So I'm gonna find out from this chick.
Wait, so
when I find out this chick get an interview with her, because it looks like she's gonna get an interview with her, we're gonna go to her channel and see what she's talking about.
Wait, so okay, let me get this straight. So the one on the left, his ex came online, tried to expose him, and the reason why he's on the show
spoke out. She spoke out. I don't know what she spoke out about. I'm just gonna find out if it's an interview about it.
Oh, so he came on the show just to get back at her, or this is just a
I don't know. I'm just looking at the Instagram. She's saying that guy goes viral for his way of handling rejection. Speak out. I don't know if it's good or bad. Okay. I have to find out. Did she get a video? Somebody sent her a video. What? I gotta find out.
Okay. Yeah, once we get more intel, we could definitely try to watch it and stuff.
Oh man.
but Rallo, are we surprised though? Like,
no, I'm not, man. It's just that I was like, why I gotta go to my Instagram? They was like, you gotta go and go see what this chick talking about. I said, all right. So I saw that. That's why I'm talking about it.
I feel fair. I mean, I'm not surprised about these bras, man. You have to expect the unexpected from these people, man. You have to, because the more you be deliberate and the more you be blind, you're gonna cause yourself into more like.
The question is she trying to get back with him, or you never know, man. We will find out. I'm just speculating. Speculating. Let's get back to the ending.
Okay, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man.
A lot of people will benefit from that. Not just men, but women too.
You got any questions you got for him? Anything else?
No, this was a solid interview.
This is cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad we talked. Yeah, I'm glad we talked to him, man.
Yeah.
All right, man.
This might just go viral too.
hey, you know what? For the sake of your reputation, I do, because I felt like you weren't getting a fair shot to really express yourself, and I feel like that's a lot of problems. As Black men on content spaces, our stigma is very bad. Mm-hmm. If we're not getting lit like Kai Cenat, or we not acting like an internet thug, or we're not sitting there if we not on these red pill podcasts telling women that they garbage, for some reason there's just no real room for us. And so I tried to do gaming stuff. I tried to do the comedy stuff. I tried to do a lot of stuff, and it gave me a little bit of success. But when I was like, you know what, man, let's start really talking. Like, let's just start doing stuff. Let's start reacting to stuff. Let me start showing people that, hey, this is what it looks like. We got married at 19. We only dated for a year before that. So it's like, it's not impossible for people to find love out here. The problem is a lot of people don't want to step out of their shell of what they've been taught and what they've seen other people do. They let other people live how their relationship's supposed to go, and then they try to take it and force it on somebody that they just met.
What I just talked about earlier.
Yeah, you talked about how is like how these people you know what I'm saying, like these women and stuff, like how is it hard for men to get women and stuff like that,
forcing each other to get with each other. Nothing natural.
Yeah, because everything is unnatural. But that's how the thing is. Like, I remember in a couple live streams ago, I think like weeks ago, you was talking about with me and some other people Enforce 7676 about like how like certain spirits are not core line, and like how certain people are getting judged by being with the people that not supposed to be with.
Yeah,
remember you were saying that. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Wait, I got a question. Is that spiritual laws too? Like, you're not supposed to mingle and tingle with other people on Yokely?
You're right.
Oh, that's a spiritual law? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just like I made a point in a previous video, I said, it's a broken person who brings all their problems, and then they find another broken person, and they go, I'm gonna put all my brokenness to the side. I'm gonna try to help you fix your spot. But if you ain't sealed up all the cracks in the background, you ain't covered up all the dents, the holes, you ain't got rid of all the pests. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, they still gonna be there. You still gonna get flooded out. You still gonna fall through the floor. Your rats are still gonna eat up all your food, and y'all gonna starve to death. You can't try to fix somebody else when you're broken yourself.
Yeah.
Nope. They say hurt people hurt people.
Yes. Right? And like she said, she got a catchphrase now. Single people keep single people single.
Yeah, for real. For real.
But
I like her catchphrase at the same time. What she meant by, we know what she meant by that. I want to see what you got to say about what she just said. I like what she said because it's true.
What she said?
Her catchphrase is single people keep other people single.
Because people are miserable. So you know the old saying, misery loves company. So if someone is miserable single, they're gonna keep other people miserable single. That's true.
Yep, they don't want to see them in the relationship. I agree with her on that. That's funny, true.
Yeah, that's true. But like,
hey man,
go ahead.
But I'm gonna say this though: some people be single not by choice, because some people just want to handle business. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? What they already been through, what they've been through. If you're a male or female, and they don't want to mingle dingle with other brothers or sisters. You feel me? They just want to be about their business. Ain't done nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I just feel like if you just come with that mindset of being miserable because you let that heartbroken affect you everything wise, affect your relationship with people and everything, you let it affect you to the whole, and you become miserable, and you bring other people down and being miserable, that's not good, because at the end of the day you gotta let other people live their life and see how everything is. So I get with that, and I get that in that regard.
All right, let's continue.
Man, shout out to you, everybody. Make sure y'all go follow him, show him some love at very handsome with 2 Y's _ handsome. We call him Weapon X.
That's Weapon X.
That's Weapon X. Oh, speaking of that, how do you feel about that? Like,
hey,
a lot of people said we was bullying you. A lot of people came at me crazy.
Hey, honestly, I was thinking about getting it tatted. I was like, that's cold, right.
Weapon X, man.
I was like, Malcolm X has a similar story to me as well. So it's like, oh yeah, I love that right there.
Yeah, man. Because people was coming in there, I was like, man, y'all was sitting here roasting this dude, disrespecting this dude. You called him all these things. I'm like, bro, I called him everything that was powerful. I called him Type 0. That's a mech. I called him Weapon X. That's a secret weapon. I called him Deus Machina. That's the ultimate machine. I said, this man is the true specimen. If I could have your body type, my wife knows I will be acting a fool. I'll be pushing people in grocery stores, acting like I'm untouchable. I'll be telling people, go ahead, try to shoot me. I bet I can block you. And I'm telling people, I'm like, bro, y'all think we making fun of this man? This man is the goal that we need to be getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they fools, man.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Well, that's a good assessment. He admitted that he got to get himself back into tip-top shape as a man, and he respect the brother for staying in shape, because that's not easy to do, man.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, being consistent is a hard thing to do. That's what people lack nowadays. People lack the discipline and being consistent in certain things, especially working out, because you notice when you fit, you're more concentrated, you're more focused on your goal.
Yeah.
Or being lazy, being fat, because that's nothing wrong with like being that weight if you work to it, but you just constantly lazy. Also, how you become.
You're breaking up.
I said that's how come people that don't work out, this and that. That's how come to be lazy, procrastination.
Yeah, that's true.
And they be docile, and then what I'm saying, they get they don't have no care in the world because they just worry about food and stuff like that. So that's a good accomplishment. I'm working to that end goal too, man.
Me not being in the shape that I am, I'm getting back to that. And I can tell you, just watching me on the court because I was watching my video. I was like, I did pretty good. I may not be as quick or engaged like I supposed to. However, the guys that were in shape, I gave them a good run. It goes to show you it's mind over matter. However, once I get into shape, I'm going to be even more deadlier than I am kind of in shape. Because even my swimming, that's not that. Yeah, I got a belly. Yet swimming is very athletic. You know that by being a swimmer. And to go back and forth, and not get too tired, that's endurance.
Yeah.
So I know once I get slimmer.
But you got to notice too in sports, and yeah, for sure. Once you have that,
Because Luca's not in tip top shape,
nor is
and Joker's not tip top shape. James Harden's not in tip top shape, and they be doing their thing.
yeah, because they have the mind, bro. When you play sports, it's all about your mind. It's all about that competitive edge. It's all about you have that confidence to do what you got to do. Because I know some people that are athletic as hell. They like lean in shape, but they don't have the confidence. I
Yep.
just think like you is all about your mind, your mindset. If you have a strong mindset to overcome a lot of obstacles, and even in sports, you could be the best player in that court. It's all about your confidence and how you go about things. Because I met some people that's fatter than me. You feel me? Obese than me, and they're able to like dominate the court because at the end of the day, it's their mindset. You feel me? It's not about them being in tip top shape. You feel me? But it's good though to be in tip top shape because if you have the mindset to get better, especially on the court, whatever you do, activity wise, and you put your if you put your mind into losing weight, you could be the most dominant force that you could be. You feel me? Just like with Shaq. But it's all about your mindset at the end of the day.
Look at the transition of like there's certain women on the internet that were heavyweight and they slimmed down and if you notice, certain ones I'm not gonna like real Yanni, the one that was dealing with B Teller, she slimmed down even though she was dealing with who. She went that side of the town. I just gotta keep it real. Good. I'm just gonna keep it real. B Teller is slimming down. She looked good. Real Yanni, she slimmed down. Uh, I heard Sister Goddess slim down. I don't know how true it is. You got a lot of sisters and certain guys, what I'm saying, slim down, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since they slimmed down, they got more pep in their step. They're getting more things happening, like you say. It's important to be in shape, man. It's nothing wrong being in shape.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because the more you're in shape, the more focused you are, in my opinion. Because for me, when I started my weight loss journey and getting to the gym, I was way more focused. I was way more determined,
Yeah.
and I was way more. I felt more powerful. My energy
So
was.
you was in the 300s at one time?
No, I was probably like high 200s. Like it was like because COVID, when COVID hit,
Don't say that word, brother. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
my bad, bro. When the thing hit like years ago, you feel me? Like when everyone stayed home, I was one of those people that got a lot bigger, higher the high 200s. But when the thing like everything came back to normal, got myself
Wait a
back.
minute, you was in Florida, things was opened up. So what do you mean you let yourself go? That don't make sense.
I mean, it was only for a month, bro. A month because a month. Yeah, we was in that state for like a month, bro. It was until after that month everything come back to normal. But during that time, like I didn't know what was going on.
No, Florida was never shut down. When it was going, everybody else was shut down for the most part except Florida.
Yeah, for because certain place you got to know certain places around that region there was not open like with the thing with like you have to wear like those things to cover your face.
Mm-hmm.
I was not. I was like. I was just like not. I was trying to be rebellious. I didn't really care, so I just stayed home and I didn't really care. But it was until like after things were started like to open back up, be normal. That's when I got myself back in that stage of just
When did things open back up? Because I came down there in 2022, everything was opened up. So I was hearing that the state allegedly closed down for 1 month or 2 months, and then they opened everything back up in
yeah,
2020. Because my nephew was down there, everything was open.
yeah, yeah. Because around I don't know where he was at, but I know around where I was
He was in
staying.
Miami.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I lived in like around like the Fort Lauderdale regions. Most of them was not like most of them you had to wear like a thing to cover your face to go get
Yeah, I
into.
know about that. Was any businesses closed? Was things operating as normal as usual? Because when he went down there doing the heavy time, and he had to be quarantined to come back for 14 days when he came back to New York. Because everybody was going to Florida back in 2020. That's when a lot of people moved to Florida.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying from my experience, like I didn't really care about because I didn't know what was about to be up. That was me before I came to into the truth. You feel me? What was going on around me? You feel me?
Oh, okay.
That was
Okay.
me being like a reprobate. You feel me? We all was reprobates at some point in our life. So with me being a reprobate, I didn't really during that time like I didn't really care about like what was going on. You feel me? I was just do what I was doing. You feel me? But like
Okay.
when I was coming into the truth, thankfully to the Most High, I was able to get myself back in shape. I'm like, thank God, I'm like around like 190,
Mhm.
so to speak. So like I'm still trying to lose, but still try to slim down. But all I'm trying to say is like, it's really good to lose weight because it's a natural high. You feel me?
Yep.
You're like you're
And it
more.
adds years. And that, shout out to the person I don't talk to no more. That's true. That's his talking point. It does add years to your life. It does. It does, bro.
Yeah, it adds years to your life. It makes you more energy. It makes you more fueled. It makes you more focused. It makes you more determined. And it's good to have that type of energy, especially if you're working on other businesses and other projects that you got going on. So it's really good to work out.
Hmm.
So yeah, man.
Well, this has been a long, good one. 3 hours. Wow. And I did not pay for StreamYards. I don't. This is the Lord's doing because I ain't paying for StreamYards. So, well, you must have paid for the extra hours. No, I did not. Mm-mm. Sure
Yeah,
have.
that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's definitely God working through the stream right now. But I got a question. The house they passed a thing for like 18 to 23-year-olds or 26-year-olds to go into the military. What's your thoughts about that?
They pass in the House? Is they pass through the Senate?
Oh, not yet. So it has to go through the Senate before it has to go after it comes from the House, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. What's your thoughts on it? Do you believe like people like? Do you think?
Mm, I don't. If it come, it don't be in the Senate till probably after the election, if I'm not mistaken. Let's say this: we don't know what the Lord is. The Lord is going to either. Let's just say we get this guy back in office, Trump. We after Trump, whoever's next, basically look. The next 4 years is going to be closer to 2030 their agenda, right? Because it's out there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Can the Most High prolong the situation? He could do anything.
yeah,
I will say this: the northern states from the Carolinas. Yes, the Carolinas is considered southern state according to people, not according to them. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Anywhere from North Carolina to Tennessee's, the Wyomings, the Kansas, and, Oklahomas, the Vegas, the Californias, the Montanas, et cetera, et cetera. They so wicked. Them states are so wicked that whoever's in the House have to let those states go down. It has to be a cleansing. I will say though, with Trump, economically, you have another opportunity to do better because under this presidency, we have been taught a lesson that no matter if you have it or not, they don't want you to have anything.
true.
Now, we will see what happens. This summer will tell us a lot. I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. I have to look more into it. I know it's official that they pass it because the majority of them is Democrats, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They don't have the That was the House that passed it, right?
Yeah, the House.
The House has more Democrats.
Okay. When it passed through the Senate, it might not. It'd be because I forgot about the Senate.
So we'll see what they do. What will be the bipartisan to it?
My thing about that is I feel like the Senate might decline it, but I feel like it's just like what you said with the election when everything transpired. I feel like if leadership does change, I feel like they might pass it just to because I feel like we're gonna get into another war really soon. I don't know what war because right now we're in a spiritual warfare right now. This is
We're in
like
a spiritual economic war and health war right now.
exactly, and
We
then
being we being judged economically and we being judged health wise by the Most High.
yes,
And
exactly,
He's allowing them to do it.
and spiritually too. You forgot about the spiritual part too because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out here that are disobeying the spiritual laws and
And sex too. Think about it. Sex too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's true because some people are in relationships that are not equally yoked right now.
Mhm.
So the definitely the Most High is definitely judging accordingly to what He has going on. But and all that's gonna manifest in the physical realm right now. That's why right now
Yep.
you see them preparing, like what I'm saying, the younger brothers. What I'm saying. For me, I'll be inclined into that facility of what they're talking about.
I
As
don't. Well, that's dependent. It goes by state too. And the state of Florida, while it is a quote unquote when you finish with work type of thing, it has become more of a younger tree. Because back then, Florida, a lot of young people will go to Georgia, will go to New York. Because a lot of the younger people they want to stay in Florida. It was more of the 50s and 60s. Now you got a lot of more younger people have invested into Florida. I don't. I don't see the governor passing it because every governor has to agree to it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, and especially what you say has to go through the Senate. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yep. All right, man. It's been a long stream, brother. Appreciate for me letting me on, reacting, saying my thoughts about this. And like just let me know when you want me on the next thing. But let me know about the his ex, what she spoke about and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll find out soon
Yeah,
when
all
I
right.
get a chance. All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. Peace. Yeah.
All right, people. Thank you all for tuning in. Those watching Viewing in the Clouds, hit the like button, support the Cash App, and I appreciate it if you do. I'm signing off. Y'all take it easy and peace.